Season 2, Episode 2. What do you guys have in store for this episode of the Eurocentrists?
Good question. Do you know how this works? Do you know?
People will accuse us that we hired an AI. Like that sounded
like we have that kind of money. Like we don't have AI.
I really enjoy this podcast run by Paul Jacobs and Aislinn Kane called The Eurocentrist. The Eurocentrist is a podcast built around, I don't know. I see a big stack of paper and I think we're going to talk about history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is literally the gist of it.
I'm right. Do I win points? Is it like a point kind of podcast?
Yes. From now on it is.
You win $1,000.
Really?
That we totally have.
Oh, boy.
From all our podcasts.
Cambodian dollar, which one not really cheap to get?
Yeah, it could be doll hairs.
Zimbabwean money is.
Yeah.
Are they dollars?
I don't think so.
They're called Zimbabwean Zimbabwe's.
Stop.
The Zimbabwe ways. That's the smaller denomination. So if you get change back, they say here's 1,000 Zimbabwe's and then 2 Zimbabwe ways. It's a little coin.
Google's not letting me look up what Zimbabwe currency actually is.
I already told you.
Racist Google.
I already told you what it was. You don't have to look it up.
God damn it, Google, you son of a bitch.
Holy shit! It is Zimbabwe. It is ways. No, it's not.
Zimbabwe dollar.
Oh, it actually is Zimbabwe dollars.
Hey. This podcast is sponsored by the country of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Zimbabwe. Inflation is not just for us anymore.
Biden ruined Zimbabwe. Biden.
Have your Zimbabwe.
Hey.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
My Zimbabwe or the highway. And it is very fortunate that we're talking about Africa and traveling because
we're going to
Zimbabwe.
Hey. Probably. I don't know yet. But this is the first time that Ben... this is 2 firsts of the podcast. The first is that this is the first time that we actually structured it around being a 2-parter.
Whoa.
So this is episode 2 and episode 3 of the Eurocentrist podcast.
Uh-oh, you're going to be in all the content. We'll see if this is worth it because last time he proselytized about anarchism the entire time.
Was still fascinating and a great crescendo at the end. I don't.
The second episode was, or the second and third were good, but the first was so hard to get through.
Well, yeah. Welcome to anarchism.
The thing is, I also don't know what we're going to talk about. I never know what we're going to talk about.
That's great.
Yes. Love that for yourself.
This guy's flying the plane.
He's always flying the plane, and I'm just there for the ride.
I'm going to need an air sick bag, I think.
There will be some turbulence. 3. More turbulence.
What kind of plane is this? Boeing 737 MAX 9. Uh-oh.
This video was made on March 30th, 2024.
Yes, this is not an April Fool's episode, by the way.
No, it's
not.
What would that even be?
And the second first for Ben was that he actually read a whole ass book. Not just like scientific papers.
This is based off a book?
Like that. Like this is based off basically one book.
Like a real book.
A real book for the first time ever.
For the first time ever.
Has read a book.
Yes. We forced Ben to
we actually taught Ben how to read for this job.
That's crazy.
I know.
That would be hilarious.
Every dollar you spend on Paul's Patreon goes straight into the
Ben fund.
Yeah, the teaching Ben
literacy
how to read.
fund.
Yeah. He became an anarchist without reading any literature.
We taught him how to speak with a Scottish accent, and now we need to teach him how to read.
So, to get started, have you guys ever heard about Theresa Wallach?
Know what they say about men who drive Porsches, tiny penises. Out of my way, pencil dick.
Absolutely.
Theresa Wallach, natürlich.
All right, say a fact about...
Theresa Wallach was the first woman to touch an organ.
An internal organ or like an organ?
That was actually funny because it was both at the same time. She had one hand on the keyboard and one hand inside her late husband.
Oh my god!
All right, we're starting off with bullshit. Good.
That's what this podcast is.
I like lying.
Yeah, we know. That's why I quiz you on facts every single time.
And this is the opposite. This is a direct quote of Theresa Wallach to start us off with. Today was New Year Day, 1st January 1935. That evening, the postmaster, wireless operator, invited us to his house. He turned on the wireless for us to hear the BBC and to listen to the news from home in English. The chimes of Big Ben, the knell of the time-honored London clock, struck a contrast between there and here, bringing home to me something more clearly than the period of time. In my mind, I could picture the crowds, culture, cuisine, concrete, and folk in their humdrum jobs at home, secure in a challenging world, at a time in my life when the standard set for women was regulated by those who themselves did not live by them. I would rather grapple with the sands of the Sahara than the sands of contemporary society.
Is she the Unabomber? What the fuck?
Good ending.
She's got gumption, let me tell you that.
Industrial society.
This sounds like a woman who's going to be doing extraordinary things.
Oh, yeah. Well-behaved women, am I right?
Yes, exactly.
This sounds like a very unbehaved woman.
I wanted to do that for the second episode, and this just stood out of me because the Wikipedia article in English is like so short. There's basically nothing on her on the Wikipedia. You have to dig a little bit deeper to find something of hers, and that's
why we had to teach Ben how to read.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't just have Google Chrome read it out to him as he usually does.
Oh my god, if he uses text to voice for everything, that would be hilarious.
It's still in a Scottish accent, so he can understand it.
Maria.
All right, all quotes taken from Theresa's own account of her journey except where stated otherwise. Theresa Elizabeth Wallach was born on the 30th of April, 1909 in her family's home in Dadford.
Dadford.
I hardly know her.
Dadford.
Near Stowe.
I drive a Chevy.
Dadford? Not in my house.
Not in Dadford.
What's her relationship with her father like on that note?
We'll find out. Near Stowe, Stowe.
Stowe, maybe.
Stowe, Buckinghamshire. Her father...
No, if you had them all together, it's Stav Buckinghamshire.
That's probably the real way to pronounce it because British are fucked in the head.
The British are listening to this podcast like, you idiots, you're pronouncing...
Of course it's Stav Buckinghamshire.
You say Leicester, you're pronouncing all the letters that we have written. It's Leicester, you wanker.
It's not London, it's London.
Londonderry. All right, her father,
What's
Henry,
your father? Henry.
born in 1849 in Prussia, presumably as Heinrich, had come to London in the 1870s with his parents and sister Jenny. Henry was both a fellow of the Royal Geographical Society and a clerk of the London Stock Exchange.
Well done.
As well as an ardent traveler who on his journeys amassed a gigantic collection of items from all corners of Eurasia, Africa, and the Americas, from Mexico to Japan, from the Assyrians to the Zulu.
Okay.
Is this where the Africa connection comes in? Is her dad was just a big fan?
And how many
Just
Zimbabwe
wait,
ways did he have?
God damn it. Just let the movie play out. We're in the first 3 minutes.
Our
I'm
literal
sorry.
one job is to interrupt the movie. That's why we're here, Paul. Don't let him say otherwise.
Oh my god, this is mystery science theater for nerds.
Basically.
I can't believe
Or like
it took
bullies?
This was your idea, Paul.
I know.
What do you mean you didn't know that that's what we've been doing? Why do you think we only hire comedians that we don't pay money to be on this podcast?
You're not paying me to be on this podcast?
We're not even paying Ben.
Exposure to the sun.
We're not even paying Ben to
I can
learn how to
expose
read.
myself on the street for free. I don't need you to.
All right. Perhaps
Get us some views.
Perhaps the most bizarre items in what was widely seen as one of the finest private anthropological and archaeological collections in the country were the mummified remains of a cat.
Yes.
So her dad is the British Museum.
Yes, and a hawk from Egypt's 7th dynasty.
Oh my god, it's literally...
Whoa, the 7th dynasty?
Yeah,
Yo.
none of that 6th dynasty crap.
No,
yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah, on the 7th dynasty they rested, you know?
Oh, yes, they did. On their laurels.
Hey!
Where's the
Egypt
camera?
jokes! Ancient Egypt, literally 4,000-year-old jokes.
Yeah, that actually hit really great with the boys back in Cairo, back in Alexandria.
Boys are back in Cairo.
Memphis really dug these jokes.
Yo, Memphis, Egypt be like Grand Ole Opry, but
Grand old can't stop me.
All right.
Yeah, let's go back to the
1901, Henry Wallach published the West African Market Manual with a map of the gold-producing districts, including the first ever detailed map of areas like the Gold Coast, Ivory Coast, Ashanti Reefs, and Togoland.
Togoland. Thank God. I was waiting for someone to map Togoland.
What's the capital of Togoland?
Togoland City.
Thank you. I believe that 100% and will not fact check you.
Pogo City. All right.
Read the pump thing.
Yes.
Get back to your station.
Back to your job, nerd boy.
The manual was a big help in getting many a private mining company interested in those areas. Territories.
Maybe he's not the hero of this story.
No.
Yeah.
Henry
Really? Heinrich from Prussia, who collects artifacts from colonized countries,
brings it to Britain.
and brings it to Britain. Isn't
for
the
a
hero?
brief time, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He's the amalgamation of the
Maybe he
empires.
was going to give them back when he was done with them.
Right.
What was he doing?
A loner.
He was a loner. Yeah, he was borrowing them from those native peoples, and he said, "Thank you very much. I'm now going to map Togoland, but after I'm done mapping Togoland, I'm going to give you back the things I took."
Yeah.
The eagle and the cat.
The eagle and the cat will go back to Togoland, even though they came from Egypt.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at cataloging where the things came from, only that I have them.
She's like, no, it's okay. You can keep them. I don't want to know what you did with those things, Heinrich.
In
He fucked the
1907,
cat mummy.
In 1907, Henry married Helena Elizabeth Duffy, a dressmaker born in Ireland in 1880.
Okay.
Theresa's elder brother, Charles Henry Wallach, was born in London in 1907, same year. So
even the Irish aren't safe from this colonization pattern from this motherfucker.
we might have an impregnation before marriage.
Sounds like they had to get married.
Oh my God.
While her own birth, over 2 years later, came in The Woodlands, the new family home, a large house surrounded by trees near Stove Park, the seat of the Dukes of Buckingham. Jesus. Okay, so...
Why did you sound like Scooby-Doo for a second?
Jesus. Raggy. I don't know. Are we going to return the artifacts to Rogoran?
You were born out of wedlock.
Empire would be so much more enjoyable if all of the officers are goofy. The actual Goofy movie.
Oh, Scoobs, I don't know how we're going to return the...
Like Scoob, we should use those Gatling guns and all those Zulus. Raggy. Where's too many of them?
It's the ghost of all the people I killed.
Ghost of the millions of people that colonization has killed, man. They're chasing us. Raggy, I'm hungry.
Oh my God.
Oh, Scoob, don't eat the mummy, the cat mummy.
They're so good.
Okay.
All right. Right, most of the villains are landlords. Interesting.
What, in Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they are, yeah.
Most of the time they own the mansion or whatever.
The landed elite are the enemy of the common people.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
Scoops is always hungry. Classic working class stuff.
Working class behavior.
Yeah, being hungry.
Being hungry for food.
Yeah, lame.
Only the working class want to eat food. Hello, how do you do, fellow working class people? You know when you eat food?
I don't need to eat. I just take a Zempic.
A little Victorian children were actually...
All right, we're actually done with the
They
front
just
page.
ate lead paint and wood chips.
Oh, shit. All right, so living with them were their Austrian cook, Anna Grestrich,
Hanna Grestrich.
and 3 local domestic servants. Seeing her father's massive collection and hearing his extraordinary tales instilled Theresa? I don't know.
Teresa,
Yeah,
you'd say Teresa.
It probably would be Teresa.
Yeah, Theresa with a thirst for adventure from a very young age. She also developed an interest in engineering from watching Henry refilling accumulators and found herself pretending that her first doll's pram was a motor car.
This is the plot to Up, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Except instead it's her dad. Yeah, like the beginning of Up is like, I want to be an adventurer. And he watches the guy on the screen. She's like, I'm gonna be an adventurer now because I saw a guy refill a gas tank. I'm going to build a house.
It's got to come from somewhere, I guess.
It's got to come from somewhere. Adventure is out there.
Yeah, exactly. Far from spending her childhood indoors, she would spend the summer
outdoors.
What did you say?
Well done. Well done. You've cracked the code.
What is outdoors? Alan, I'll take facts about Maria. What's her name again? Wallenstein? Wallach.
Yeah. She would spend the summer months helping out the grooms and farm laborers on her father's fields and camping outside with her brother, who was in the Boy Scouts. Soon after the First World War, with the money he made in the stock exchange, Henry moved his family to Oakhurst, a farm in Wembley, North London. Mm-hmm. And Theresa received her formal schooling at the Brondesbury and Kilburn High School for Girls. Jesus Christ, that's the most British
Roald Dahl ass like
exactly.
Brondesbury and Kilburn High School for Girls.
That was the greatest British accent.
If you don't behave, girls, we're gonna hoist you up in a little bucket and leave you attached to the rafters. That is the way we do things at Boysenberry's and Hillcrest School for Girls.
Yeah.
Just we don't call them buckets; they're sip tins or something stupid like that.
They're perching apparatuses.
We'll put you in a corner and lock you in a closet and make you wear a dunce cap.
We're gonna simply or whatever.
Wimbly.
It's always a weird, funny name, and then it's like a torture device. Like that is British naming culture.
Oh yeah.
True.
While also learning how to play the piano and piano organ at her.
She was the first one.
And you thought you were so smart, huh? You looked down your noses at me when I said that. You said, there's no way this woman that could ever have played an organ.
Please touch some inner organs, please.
She needs to touch a dead body's
For
organs.
sure she's
it does
going
not
to.
say she was the first one, though.
But she played the piano organ at her Aunt Jenny. So still, instead of you said
stop
uncle.
beating on dreams.
You said uncle, so that's not bad.
Yeah, see,
You were
I was pretty
freaking close.
I was pretty
That's
close.
insane. Do you actually have any clue who this woman was?
No, because we've said the name a few times, and I still can't quite remember what her name is.
Me too. I only know
Maria
Theresa Wallach.
Fuck again.
Theresa
Wallach. I don't know what how British people. Wallach.
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 Oh, you Wallach! You touched my Wallach.
She was the first woman ever to touch my Wallach. We locked her in.
She used to play a song. It went touch my Wallach. Touch my Wallach. Theresa Wallach. That's her name.
What song were you trying to do just then?
Touch my Wallach, luck, touch my Wallach, luck. I live in Stoveworth and I touch my Wallach. Okay, so she goes to this school for girls, and they probably
super dope, yeah, sure.
And she makes out with her roommate, right?
So Jenny was Henry's sister. Jenny was Henry's sister. That's the aunt.
Okay.
Wife to the Prussian-born Jewish stockbroker Victor Rubens, and mother to the composer, songwriter, and librettist.
Yeah.
Teresa's cousin.
Yeah,
Idiot.
Teresa's cousin.
That's why I make him read 20 pages worth of history.
Paul Alfred Rubens, who I'm mostly mentioning
Paul Rubens?
because his name is Paul.
No, Paul Rubens, like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
No, it's the OG Paul Rubens.
Oh my God, he went back
1975 to 1917. I think it's not
Hey! Pee-wee's
Hey, Theresa Wallach. I don't know how to do it.
Oh my God! Wasn't he caught masturbating in a?
Yes, in like 91, yeah, something like that.
Touching my Wallach in the theater.
There we go.
Hey, Cherry. Hey, Pee-wee.
Paul Alfred Rubens.
Theresa soon developed a healthy disdain for the British culture of the time. Nice.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah, fuck. Too much tea.
Particularly, its misogyny and the mundane monotonies of an urban working life.
Also, Queen behavior.
And vowed to forge her own path.
She was so tired of being hungry. She was like, what's such working class behavior?
No, they're pretty well off.
Oh, no, I know that.
Yeah.
Come on. She's not touching the organ for her Aunt Jenny. You know, that's not a.
It's not bonus money. Yeah.
No, she's anti-misogyny, but she's also anti-poor people. Like, she's still classist.
Probably. Well, we don't know that yet.
Statistically, she grew up in England and she's well off. That's
maybe she's going to learn an important lesson soon.
Okay.
All right. It's said that she was 18 years old when she disassembled her first engine on her bedroom floor. Whether this be a later embellishment or not, she certainly didn't want any of the limited possibilities an ordinary life as a British woman, even a fairly well-to-do one, would offer her. Her parents were greatly disheartened by her dreams of adventure and exploration. How dare you dream, woman!
You're supposed to be getting married at age 16, and instead, you're filling up your father's gas.
She has an Irish accent.
She does not have an Irish accent.
The mom has an Irish accent. She's from Ireland.
I thought you were talking about...
It's me, your mother, Duffy.
Yeah, there we go.
Now listen, you can't just take open engines whenever you want. You have to go and be a wife. And you have to go to Togoland and return your father's masks that he stole from Togoland. But we're keeping the cat mummy.
Cat mummy.
But you better take your husband with you, otherwise you are an indecent.
You better not be a lesbian.
You better not get pregnant.
I always wanted to be a lesbian, but I can't.
I mean,
because
that is straight up illegal at that point in Britain.
To be a lesbian?
This is the 1800s at this point. No, she's 1900.
Turn of the century.
So she's 1920. We're 1927
It's
now.
about the time in Mary Poppins when she shows up.
That's true.
That
women's suffrage in the UK was granted before ours.
Sister suffragette. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and 1919 was America, I think.
She probably still can't own like property or something stupid.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right. Her parents were greatly disheartened, by her dreams of adventure and exploration. Her desire to see Africa, Paris, and the Grand Canyon, as her father had done, and the other girls at school found such ideas equally silly. So she even gets mocked, by the other girls.
Idiot! You want to go to Paris? That's so stupid. It's not like we famously romanticize Paris and other parts of Europe.
How are you even going to get to Paris? The channel isn't even open yet. It won't be for 100 years.
You want to go to the colonies? To do what exactly?
Not listening to the haters, Theresa secretly took her brother's bicycle and taught herself how to ride.
She rode all the way to Africa on a bike. No. You moved the picture. There was a picture there.
Yeah, it's there still.
There, this one.
Oh, it's been moved down.
Yeah, because the arm was blocking it. All right, in 1928, much to her own surprise, her father allowed her to take a mechanical engineering course. Good dad. At the University of London.
It's really nice of him to give her rights. It's really nice. Actually.
Again, judging by the standards of the time, this is...
Yeah.
He would have gotten... Well, again, it's all around fucked.
He gave her a math textbook and said, "It's okay, honey, you can watch me refill my gas tank." And
Well, at the University of London, where she would spend her lunch breaks admiring the motorcycles of her male classmates. Ooh. It was one of them, Stephen Turner.
Michael Bay is quaking right now.
Stephen Turner, who gave Theresa her first lesson on his machine upon learning that she didn't have one of her own. If this first ride taught her anything, it was that she wouldn't be wearing a skirt on any subsequent ones, so she could keep both hands on the handles.
Sounds like Turner had a plan.
Literally giving all the British people a stroke.
You want to sit on my bike? We got a skirt on. Maybe I'll turn you on and then you can touch my water.
She touched every organ in London.
A few
she
times.
Touched my tra-la-la.
Oh.
My ding-ding-dong.
Yeah, those are actually like professional terms for motorcycle parts. Paul, be respectful.
Motorcycle parts.
British names for motorcycle parts.
Yeah.
I touched the ding-ding-dong.
You touched my ding-ding-dong.
Wallach.
This is Top Gear today. Charles comes to us today with a broken tra-la-la.
He's gonna try to drive across all of Devon with a broken tra-la-la.
Shit.
So she's a biker chick.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since you brought some fire bitches to this podcast.
Yeah,
last time was the fighter pilots from World War II, the Soviet fighter pilots who killed Nazis and were probably gay.
Hedy Lamarr, please.
Oh, that too. Hedy Lamarr is also fire.
Hedy Lamarr.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
Theresa. Sorry.
No.
What did Theresa do next?
Yes, exactly.
She touched the toilet.
Though her parents would often complain about the unladylike trousers she took to wearing, Theresa never let them know the reason, and soon, with help from Stephen, bought her first motorcycle, a second-hand BSA Blue Star. As she still lived with her parents, she had to park the vehicle in an old shed, well out of sight, and take care to arrive home on time as if she were still taking the train.
Oh, gotta be sneaky though.
That is awesome.
I like that there's no
It's not a boyfriend or something, it's a motorcycle she pushes into the shed. It's so funny.
No, but also the fact that there's no alternative explanation she comes up with for wearing pants. It's like, I'm wearing pants. That's why I'm wearing pants. No other reason.
I just like them.
Yeah,
Deal with it.
It makes riding the train so much more comfortable.
Yeah, I get to spread my legs.
Yeah, she man spreads.
She's the first lady man spreader in London.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to find a husband, father.
Is that what you want from me?
This is the newfangled way of finding a husband.
Yeah.
Leather pants.
Yeah.
All right. However, she grew tired of this trickery after a few weeks, and one day just parked the bike in the garden and went for a walk.
A few weeks? Jesus, girl, you gave up so quickly.
Returning home, she found her parents discussing the machine, thinking it belonged to her brother Charlie. They were determined that he was not allowed to keep it. The huge argument that followed when Theresa unveiled the truth led to her leaving her parents' house for good.
They won't let me keep my bike. Fuck you, Mom and Dad. I'm literally never speaking to you for the rest of my life.
I'm at least not living here anymore.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't know that.
Graduating in 1932,
Uh-oh.
Theresa went on to get some practical machine
What's going to
shop
happen later
experience.
that decade?
Oh, yeah.
What happens later in that decade?
Oh, everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing bad happens.
Nothing bad happens.
No. Especially not to British people.
Yeah, in
especially-
that area. No, nothing.
In that area. In London specifically, no.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
No.
So, Theresa went on to get some practical machine shop experience working at British Thomson Houston, PTH, at Wilston.
British Thompson Houston at Wilston.
Yeah, not far.
working for Milston and Bilston. and working on the Grilston machine bikes.
British is so ridiculous. How is this an empire? Not far from her family home. It was around this time that she took part in one of those fun pastimes that only people stuck between two world wars could come up with. Attending an air show of the Women's Engineering Society in Southampton. Theresa volunteered to ride her motorcycle at a steady speed along the runway while aviatrices made a competition out of dive bombing her with bags of powdered chalk. What the fuck?
That's
Wait,
so
okay.
cool, actually.
Can you illustrate real quick what dive bombing chalk looks like from a fucking
do we have
plane?
a picture?
Well, 1932.
Were we talking bags of chalk being
guessing,
dropped
yeah.
down?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were just like.
I mean,
like,
it's no, but it is bags of powdered chalk. Yeah, I mean, it
bags
wouldn't
of
kill
powdered
you.
chalk.
that could kill somebody.
Most likely.
Probably not, though.
I'm guessing it's like this size. It's not like this.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Depending on how high it is,
Yeah.
it could like actually kill
She
somebody.
consented to it.
No, it's definitely
Okay,
crazy.
that means that it's okay. Actually,
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
She's a stunt worker.
She's a stunt woman. She's taking her life into her own hands. And who are you? Who are you to tell this woman
I am.
how many bags of chalk can and can't fall on her head from planes?
She would like that I am criticizing society, okay? This is exactly.
You're not criticizing society.
Yes, I am.
Criticizing her.
I'm not criticizing her.
Her choices.
That's not her. I don't
right.
think it was her first choice to get dive bombed by chalk. I think she just wanted to ride her little motorcycle at a reasonable pace.
Read the part that comes after that says Theresa Wallach loved getting hit with chalk.
Closest wins. Fortunately, there were no direct hits, and Theresa lived on unscathed to join both the London Ladies Motorcycle Club and the International Motorcyclist Touring Club,
That's cool. They had a ladies' motorcycle club.
which allowed her to hone her riding skills. Still, in 1932, she accidentally participated in her first race,
Accidentally? What the fuck does that mean?
a woman's road race at Brooklands. after mishearing an announcement at a club meeting.
What?
She's like, oh, this is probably like a joyride, you know? And then she's like, meh.
Oh no, I thought someone challenged her to a drag race, like in the middle of the motorway, like on the M5.
She tuned her bike herself, raising the compression ratio for extra power, and to her own surprise, ended up winning.
Wow.
I didn't even try that hard. Actually.
Badass. That is badass. Come on. This is literally Hollywood shit.
This was a race?
I literally lapped you just now.
I'm sorry, I didn't even know we were racing.
Yeah.
I thought you just really slow.
Big chip this size on her shoulder.
Sorry. Is this a bag of chalk? Yes, it is.
She pulls off her motorcycle helmet, dusts all the chalk off of her body.
Oh, those motorcycle helmets back then didn't protect you at all.
No, but it kept your...
Especially not from bags of
It
chalk.
kept the brain inside your...
It kept the brain inside your skull, and more importantly, all of the leather kept your ovaries from being completely demolished by the vibrations of the motorbike. Because God forbid that she not have children one day.
And in the 20s and 30s,
No scrambled
there's
eggs,
no fucking
please.
suspension on those bikes. They are like... And the roads are also rough as fuck. So
100%.
You're just like shaking the whole... Oh, British cobblestone roads in London.
True.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I feel like that actually sucks. Like, that sounds awful. I mean, good on her, but that sucks.
Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah.
It was probably at another race on the 30th of September 1933 that she first made the acquaintance of Florence Margaret Charlotte Blankiron.
More names.
Or Blank with an E, though, not an A.
Florence Blank.
That would be Blanc.
Iron?
I don't know.
No, it's like...
Can I see? Can I just see the name?
Florence.
Blank Iron.
Yeah, Blank Iron.
Blank Iron.
Or Blank.
Blanky.
Oh, that's how you spell it. Florence Margaret Charlotte Blank Iron. Florence Margaret Charlotte. Florence Margaret Charlotte.
Donate money to Paul's Patreon to teach Jacob how to read.
Florence Margaret Charlotte Vanessa Hudgens.
All of these are like secret codes
Elizabeth.
to activate like a sleeper agent.
Tango
Florence
Foxtrot.
Margaret Charlotte Blank Iron Blank. Stop.
One of you is
Theresa
all right.
Yorkshire.
One of you. Now that Jacob's read that, one of you is going to kill the president.
Or Blank,
It's my time.
as Theresa came to call her. A Yorkshire woman, almost exactly 5 years her senior.
Idiots pronounce Yorkshire.
Oh, Yorkshire woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Born on 24th of April 1904. Blank had been riding since she was 16 and went on to make history by being the first woman to win a race for which both men and women were eligible
Oh, slay.
on 18th of October 1933.
Way to go, Blank.
Nice. Blank slate.
Blank slate.
Blank slate, blank slate.
I got a blank space,
nice.
baby. And I'll drive a motorcycle.
The two new friends soon joined more motorcycle clubs together, gaining more experience in all sorts of taxing trials, races, and tours, and even learning trick riding.
Whoa!
So wheelies.
Oh,
and
are they
stuff
gonna
like
ride
that.
inside the big ball? Will they ride in the ball like that?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah, the Ball of Death or something like that.
I think it's called that, yeah.
Something like crazy like that. It's from that one Simpsons episode.
I was also thinking about this episode. Hey.
We're old. Woo!
Oh, Homer. Bart gotta ride in the... I guess that's a bad Homer. Homie, no riding the... That sounds like Yoda.
Stop doing Yoda. They've been doing Yoda since before the podcast episode started.
Homie, I don't know if you should ride the motorcycle.
Oh, come on, Marge, you're safe.
Come on, Marge. It's safe.
That's pretty good.
That's not terrible.
The two also both participated in yet another of those fun games no one in their right mind would ever let go beyond a fever dream. Moto Ball, as it was called.
Oh, hell yes.
I think
It's just like soccer with the motorcycle.
Was just like football, except everyone was on a motorcycle.
That's pretty tight.
Moto like
the moment you crash it. That sounds so fucking dangerous. Which
Sounds
made
fucking
both
great.
kicking the ball and not fatally crashing into other players a tad more difficult than it already needed to be.
that actually. What?
That is insane.
We should bring this back. Why did we stop doing that?
Yeah, add that to the Olympics. Actually.
Like,
Oh
if
my God.
If we really want to up American football, this would be new European football.
There should be more, there should be more like death
Dude, yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
let's do it like
gladiator style, but with the motorcycles.
No, let's do it green with e-bikes that even explode
E-scooter.
more.
Oh, actually doing with e-scooters would be sort of funny.
It would be very funny.
Well, we could do like Lime. Oh my
Can we
God.
do jousting but on e-scooters?
And it's only teenagers who
Yes.
do it.
It's only or
With pool noodles.
or hoverboards, like the little ones you have to like keep your balance
Oh,
on.
no.
The one wheels. Yeah.
Unicycles.
No, there's these one wheels where it's basically a self-stabilized
Those
thing.
look so douchey.
They
Yeah.
all
They're
kind
great
of
for
look
filming
douchey.
footage though, because you're so stabilized and for that it's great. All right.
I'll make an exception for that.
As a tool, it's good, but if you're not using it as a tool,
Think
you
about
are
it.
the tool.
If Theresa Wallach was the first woman to ride one of those,
Yeah.
I don't know if we would be talking about her on the podcast.
All right.
We don't know how this ends. She could have been the test driver for the first Lime.
I have to switch over to Werner Herzog voice now.
Okay.
This socially accepted form of suicide somehow too saw Theresa and Florence make it through unscathed, with their riding skills improved even further. I switched to Arnie at the end.
No. That's actually that shows just how good of a Werner Herzog.
improved. Did they ever find out how to ride a motorcycle again better? We may never know.
They never know if society would have accepted it. No, this would be a killer Werner Herzog documentary.
Hell
actually.
yeah, yes.
That's like
It's right up his alley.
100%.
Yeah. On 14th of April, 1934, Florence and her machine.
Boo. Do you think Florence Welch read about her and was like, this could be a band name?
Yeah. I think Florence Pugh read this script and was like, I'm gonna. That's my name now.
Well,
That's my name now.
She broke another record when she became the first woman to break the 100 miles per hour barrier on a motorcycle.
Jesus Christ.
Rad.
With a 1934 motorcycle.
Where the hell did she do that?
That's not the most important fact about this.
I don't know. Yes, it is. Like, okay, it's
downhill or whatever.
no. Like, did she do it on like the salt flats of Utah?
right.
Did
No,
she do it like in
Britain.
her like back garden?
Somewhere
Britain.
in England.
Yeah, there's racetracks there. But yeah, well, Theresa would have made an attempt on the same day, but the motorcycle she had borrowed for it was withdrawn last minute, much to her chagrin. Blank was thus the first of only 3 women to earn the British Motorcycle Racing Club's Gold Star Award.
Why was it withdrawn?
How do you get a gold star
I'm
for?
guessing sexism?
Okay,
It's just, here,
Or maybe
you're going
the-
too fast.
Yoink. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming right now. But
That
maybe-
woman is too fast. I'm sick and tired of these fast women
These
going.
fast broads.
These
Yeah.
fast
These
broads.
fast broads.
They're going too quickly.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
How am I supposed to catch up and harass them if they're
Yeah.
so fast, huh?
When they go so fast, I cannot hear me do my cat call.
Yeah.
I
I
say,
can't even hear the whistle.
it sounds like, hey,
All right.
baby, you got a boyfriend?
So, Beatrice Schilling would become the second on the 24th of August 1934, while Theresa herself became the third on the 1st of April 1939. April's 1st! Wait! Great!
Ew.
Riding yet another borrowed bike, a tuned 350cc International Norton. She borrowed the bike for £5, an amount of money which she also had to borrow and had to stand on a block to mount it. Being only around 5'2",
She had to stand on the block to make those 5 pounds. Sorry, it was right there.
so she's 157 centimeters tall. But that didn't stop.
Whoa, that's like
what?
That's like not
That's like
tall.
4'11", like that's 4'9".
No, 5'2".
5'2".
157?
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I'm
5'2".
163.
Yeah.
I'm 5'3". 5'4".
Yeah, you're towering over Teresa.
I feel like
Man,
it.
you,
Yeah.
you could probably beat her up if you wanted to.
oh no.
No, she'd beat my ass.
Yeah, she would do donuts around
She
you.
would literally do donuts around me, and I would pass out from the smoke.
and
like,
then motorball your head, you know?
yeah.
All right.
I'd fall in love first, and
Yes,
then
yes.
I'd just be like, yeah.
Back in 1933, Blank had for some time been trying to get to South Africa to catch up with family friends, and was now particularly distraught when her best friend, Faye, also emigrated there. When Theresa heard of this, she suggested that Blank go to South Africa by motorcycle.
You were literally right. Oh wait, I was literally right. I said that.
You just
Blank.
said-
I said ride a bicycle to Africa.
Blank's "Don't be funny," was followed by a "Would you come with me?" And the two mad lasses soon started planning the adventure.
It's Thelma and Louise. Oh my god,
This is pretty cool.
it's literally
Theresa and Louise.
Teresa and Louise.
Theresa and Florence.
Yeah, Theresa
Right?
Blanky. Theresa remarking that, quote, "We have nothing to lose except our heads to headhunters."
Happy to see that cultural sensitivity was such a big part of 1930s Great Britain.
You mean to tell me the daughter of a guy who searched for artifacts?
I am just as surprised as you are that from such a diverse upbringing as that she would somehow find the space to make these insipid comments. I don't know.
And the audacity to hate society too the whole time.
The audacity to go to Togoland on a motorcycle.
It proved understandably difficult to find anyone willing to finance such a novel and crazy endeavor. The Sahara had first been crossed by car only a decade before. A first bus service for an 11-day journey, no less, established in 1933.
11 days on a bus, and then we complain about riding Flixbus for 8 hours.
That is the worst.
What?
That is the worst Flixbus ride. It's the Sahara
11-hour
Express.
Flixbus.
In 11 days.
And again, the first quote is, "I'd literally rather be in the Sahara Desert than live with these limey bastards.
The British suck so hard."
That I would literally rather be on this Flixbus for 11 days.
So that one the bus service was established in 1933, but no one had ever crossed the desert, leave alone the whole of Africa, on motorcycle. A fact that made the idea only more appealing to Theresa and Florence. Many motorcycle experts at the time thought an air-cooled engine could never survive the desert heat. By Theresa's own admission, the two women really didn't know nor wanted to know how right the naysayers were about the very real danger.
Oh no.
Though she maintained that they probably would have gone anyway if they had known. With much persistence, they eventually acquired a number of sponsors. With Phelon, Phelon, P-H-E-L-O-N. Phelon?
P-H-E-L-O-N.
Felon.
Phelon and Moore Limited, P&M, provided the bike, a 600 cubic centimeter Panther. Well, yeah.
Thank you for providing the sound effects to this episode.
But I love the Foley. It's great Foley.
And they got into the motorcycle. And they revved the engine. The crunch of the grass under their feet. The feeling of the
more crunch. There we go.
Yeah, do the Sahara Desert.
The whipping winds. The whipping winds of the Sahara. The groan of the camel.
You're just gonna steal from Dune. To be honest, I'm just gonna use the Foley from Dune. Watsonian, supplied the sidecar and trailer. John Edgington, the 10th.
Edgington.
Edgington.
John, and his name is John.
John Edgington. What's John Gooner taken? I'm so sorry
too much Riz.
Gooner bucket.
I'm so sorry that voice clip now exists on the internet for everyone to hear.
Sticking out his gat for the motorcycle sidecar.
Yeah.
All right. I have to interrupt this broadcast to quickly point out the fact that you said in the beginning that basically every fact from this story is from her directly.
Yes.
Which I will have to say is quite unusual for episodes of the podcast.
Exactly. That's why I was so intrigued.
Right, because she could be lying, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like this, especially as like a motorcyclist.
Are you sure there's no chunks in that iced tea?
Yeah.
No, but quickly, first, it is quite remarkable that there is all of these firsthand accounts from her. But like you said earlier, it does read a lot like, yeah, I totally would have crossed the Sahara Desert anyway, even if I did know the dangers.
If we knew it was dangerous, you still would have done it.
I don't know.
I was the first woman ever to.
I played soccer on the motorcycle.
Yep.
That's for real.
And my parents were so stupid; they didn't even know that it was my bike. That I was coming home every single day with pants.
They're so dumb.
They were so
Wallach truthers over here.
And then I moved out immediately, and then I never I didn't live with my parents for the rest of my life.
I didn't even ask them for money when I needed money.
Yeah, and I never had to clean my room again. And yeah, I'm sorry. There's not a lot. If it's all coming from one book and it's mostly from her,
yes,
I think I'm right to be a little bit skeptical. There needs to be a secondary source for me to start
I mean, again, there's plenty.
It was
of secondary
probably
sources
documented that she did stuff.
She was the first one to ride in the desert completely.
She was a real woman.
And
I'm not saying I don't believe
I mean,
that.
really
also lying
there
as
is a real picture
at
of her.
that point in time would destroy any effort you're doing for womanhood.
I know, but that's why I'm
That
like...
is insane as a statement. That you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lie about a big achievement that only men are able to
I didn't say
achieve.
that she's lying about the entire thing. I'm saying, is she maybe
I'm saying
embellishing?
that.
Probably.
I'm saying that she's
You're a
lying.
Theresa Truther. You're a Theresa Truther.
I think she didn't exist. I think it was only. I think it was only Florence Blank Stone.
Yeah, the robbery of Florence Blank Iron.
Florence Blankstone went crazy after the motorcycle trip, and she made up a friend.
She totally broke the sound barrier.
This is a Tyler Durden situation.
Yeah.
She was so fast you can't even see her. She's also from Canada.
Riot Club.
And she's my girlfriend.
She's my girlfriend from Canada.
From Canada.
She goes to a different school. You don't know.
First rule of Riot Club.
First
room. All right. John Etchington, the tent.
I forgot that's where we were.
Oh yeah.
Complete
Sticking out my gat for the Rizzler.
complete
There's a
with a mosquito net.
skibidi.
So they are getting a mosquito net.
That's
Very
so
important.
smart that they got the mosquito net.
Yeah, no,
That's such a great idea.
Yeah. Prices, the motor oil. Okay, that's a company called Prices. That's awesome.
They're trying to mess with their SEO.
Lodge the spark plugs.
Excuse me?
There's a company called Lodge, and various clothing manufacturers, the tropical outfits and special lead foil lined and quilted topi helmets. Those are the
topi helmets.
The classic British colonizer hats, the jungle hats.
Yeah, the weird,
The brownish.
the one that like
khaki colored
yeah,
ones.
the modern Major General type hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. I always associate,
Major General,
exactly.
vegetable, and
So that's how it fit.
Yeah,
I associate that look mostly with pirates a little bit. Like,
pirates, like a pith helmet.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's
all
like
the,
Mr. Livingston, I presume.
Well, I don't know that.
Okay,
I know.
think you-
No,
I think
you've
you're-
shown me. I don't know this musical. I didn't grow up.
Pirates don't wear that kind of
But
hat.
the bad guys in Pirates of the Caribbean do.
No, they don't. They
Yes,
wear
they do.
tricorner hats. We're not
Yeah,
talking about the
those
three.
are different types of
Okay,
hats.
okay. I need to see a picture of this.
You
hat.
don't know the hat.
Clearly I don't. So let's fix
Quilted topi, Topee.
to talk.
So topi.
Yo,
Stand to
when
pee.
I'm getting quilted toppy from your grandma,
You said 2 E's. Oh, this, yeah.
Yeah, that
that's
one.
Indiana Jones's dad's hat.
Ah, yes.
There you go.
that's
Yes,
true.
That's a good
Indiana, he's a Jones.
reference. While preparations were on the way to her... Oh, Jesus. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Theresa took a holiday to Germany to visit her paternal relatives, with whom she still kept contact. Attending a motorcycle show in Austria while abroad, she met the Prince of Wales.
What kind of motorcycle show? For who?
She met the Prince of Wales, a noted Hitler enthusiast, later known as King Edward VIII, and
Ken
got
Edward,
his
the
autograph.
big Nazi.
She got the autograph?
of the Prince of Wales, yeah.
Oh my god. The Prince of Wales. Like...
Ooh, she was still in Germany when, on the 2nd of August, the 87-year-old President Paul von Hindenburg passed away, leading to Hitler immediately unifying the offices of President, Chancellor as Führer and Reichskanzler. Theresa awoke to see the streets covered in Nazi flags. Nazi flags. And, horrified, returned to England that very day, which she would later describe as one of the saddest days of her life. Yeah, because she can never return to her relatives. And also, everything's fucked.
If they survived. But also, that's quite lucky that she got out that day.
Yeah.
Like, that's extremely lucky.
I mean, she's British. They still have,
sure,
they were friendly still, the Nazis.
Because this was like
with the British at that
1933,
point.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not like...
Yeah. She still had a few years.
She's not a...
But I can't imagine it would have been that...
No, not great, but they wouldn't have, like, harassed her or anything. Not immediately, at least.
Yeah, but they could have been suspicious.
Oh, yeah,
They would have
sure.
had every right to be.
They don't like...
No, good on her for leaving. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's...
Back in England, an endurance test in which, quote, nothing serious had broken, was conducted with their bike, sidecar and trailer setup on the 30th of November 1934. And less than a fortnight later, the two ladies...
2 weeks.
Correct. The two ladies officially embarked on their journey.
What was the point of that, Jacob?
Just in case our watchers don't know what a fortnight is.
Yeah.
That's a video game, idiot.
digging at your gap for the Can we talk about Five Nights at Freddy's? When are we going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's?
William Afton was the first organ toucher in all of Britain.
Did you know that Theresa Wallach, it's actually inside Freddy Fazbear?
She engineered the suit.
She took the parts of her motorcycle and made the animatronics that are at the pizza place. And she made Chicky the Chicken and Foxy the Fox Pirate.
Next chapter. I don't like sand.
That's a good title.
Oh, we have there's chapters.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many chapters are there to get through?
Plenty.
We don't know yet.
We're literally like not even.
Did we even bother to introduce you to this podcast?
No.
Did we even say your first and last name?
Hey everybody! An hour into the podcast. My name is Jacob Liss, and I'm a local comic here in Vienna, Austria. If you watch this far into the podcast or listen, then I guess you'll know. Or maybe we can splice this in to the beginning. Thanks for being here at the Eurocentrist. Europe's most centrist podcast.
Yes. Geographically speaking.
That's definitely not true.
Austria is pretty geographically centered.
Vienna is not. It is close to the Eastern Bloc, baby. You want to be central, you got to go to Switzerland.
I don't know.
For all of Europe? No.
With Iceland?
Iceland? No.
Iceland is Europe. Can you move your coaster? We can look at the map.
So Vienna
where would
is
you
like right here.
No, it's not.
This is Italy, so we're here.
So we're still here. Okay, but that's still not as close as Switzerland is to the middle.
But if this is all Europe also, then I would say
Russia. The Ural is the cutoff point.
I think Russia would dispute the idea of them being in Europe. Yeah, disputing.
All right, quote, having finally obtained our passports, credentials, and some French money, nice, we were ready for Africa. The Francs, huh?
Les Francs Français.
On the 11th of December 1934, Blank and I left home in Aislinn for the Crown House offices of the Southern Rhodesia government. In London.
Not Rhodesia.
It's all around terrible. In London's Aldwych. Aldwych.
You
It's right next to Young Witch.
I'm definitely do that. Yeah, Aldwych.
Probably Aldwych, actually.
Eldritch Horrors. All right, this was to be our official departure point. Names of the places along our route to Cape Town were painted on the side of the deep maroon panther combination,
Town.
which had by now been christened The Venture. It certainly
The Venture.
The Venture.
The
Venture.
The Venture.
Yes.
Deventure, I hardly know it.
Room.
Boo.
They pay me money to do this.
No, they don't.
Not here, but other places do.
It certainly made people turn and glance and wonder at what they saw. At the Crown House, a number of dignitaries had gathered for their parting words of farewell. Lady Astor, an American who became Britain's first woman member of parliament. Nice.
An American became Britain's first member of parliament?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Lady
That's
ass.
a win for America, baby.
Yeah.
USA!
Pew, pew, pew.
Our women are more free than your women, Britain.
Yeah.
They come to your
Americans
country.
take all the shots.
Yeah. Also Lady Ass, but
Yeah, Astor.
yeah, Lady Ass tour.
Astor, I
I'ma give
hardly
it
knew her.
Tore her ass.
I'm gonna tour that ass.
Hey, sticking at your gat for the Rizzler.
Yeah, we respect women on this podcast.
We love women.
So, Lady Astor had herself been taught to ride a motorcycle from Lawrence of Arabia.
This has to be made up. Are you
Nope.
fucking kidding me? I'm not. This
The real guy.
Apparently, again, she knows people too. That's the crazy thing.
How does Lawrence of Arabia know how to ride a motorcycle?
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
What did he do on motorcycles?
He rode in
In
Arabia.
the desert, to have reconnaissance and
He
stuff
was
like
riding
that,
around.
For sure.
He didn't have like horses.
I think
or
he
some
also
shit?
knew how to fly
I'm pretty
a
sure.
plane.
I'm pretty sure if motorcycles a little faster than
I mean,
horse.
he's a,
Yeah, but they were quite shit back then in comparison to the tried and true horse method of travel, which
Well,
was that at that time.
we
Sure.
can watch the movie.
Oh, episode 3.
Episode 3.
4 of the
Lawrence the Arabia movie.
Yeah, we'll turn this really into Mystery Science Theater.
She spoke to the audience, saying that she wished she was coming too, if only to get away from the telephone. Lady Astor's message was quite far-sighted. Quote, I am an unrepentant feminist and convinced that whatever man can do, women can do too.
Slay.
However, she
Correct.
overlooked the fact that no one had yet undertaken our venture. So not even men are capable of doing it at this point.
So we're actually better.
Yes.
Whoa.
We're better, we're more.
After many good luck wishes, telegrams from absent friends, lucky charms, including a silver horseshoe brooch for each of them, a 4-leaf clover, and a sprig of white heather.
Very lucky things.
Yeah, those are from her Irish mother. By the way.
Oh, for sure.
They were all in marshmallow form.
Yeah.
Where is your 4-leaf clover, child?
Why do you sound like Werner Herzog again? Child, where is it?
Werner Herzog doing an
What
Irish
are you
leaf?
Yeah,
doing?
give me Lucky Charms.
Duffy, listen. I have your Lucky Charms right here. And I also have a box of cereal of the same name.
Which one do you prefer?
You have to choose one.
Lucky Charms are what I call my ovaries after I'm done riding my motorcycle.
What?
Shake it, not start.
Shaking nuts. I like him taking credit for that falling down just now.
Nice.
Sorry.
The boys back in 1933 would have really liked that joke.
As well as, quote, a tape measure to measure the distance to Cape Town and a Christmas pudding. Okay, so the tape measure is a
Jesus
joke.
Christ. It's like a lot of things.
Yeah. And a Christmas pudding.
I'd be stressed out.
they're
Am I
they're
going to
like
forget
Christmas
something?
pudding, British food, yoink, just throw it out immediately.
Wait, so she's on the way to Cape Town right now, or where are we?
The two were finally off.
Okay.
As Theresa is so charmingly put it, quote, on the way to the channel port of Folkestone, the English weather...
Folkestone.
we don't know. We're American.
Either one is whatever.
Folkestone.
The English weather favored us as the sun tried to shine. Arriving at the French port of Boulogne, they wrote to Paris to get permission for crossing the Sahara Desert, but were told they should ask for such permission in Marseille, where in turn responsibility was written off to Algiers. On the way to the Mediterranean, in Lyon, the trousered ladies were mistaken for gentlemen by the head waiter at a restaurant, where they accidentally ordered frog legs because they didn't understand the menu. Most British thing ever to do in France.
What does it say on the menu? Legs do frog. What's that?
They're from Essex now.
Oh, from Essex.
That is some road trip stories
me.
that I've never heard them.
Florence.
Lady Florence.
What does Grand Oui mean?
Frogwa.
Frogwa.
Frogwa. Is that the frog legs then?
Set of frog legs, frogwa.
Man, I feel a little bit jumpy after eating these. All right, crossing the
Wah,
Mediterranean.
wah.
What does that mean?
Crossing the Mediterranean.
And then they met Donald Duck. Why, it is Donald Duck.
Where Donald Duck went on to say many slurs.
Crossing the Mediterranean on the steamship Tingat. They arrived in
Tingat. Sticking out Tingat for the Rizzler.
Paul, it's pronounced Tintin. You need to be more respectful. No, you will not be finishing a single sentence.
This is the first time the guests actually broke me.
How do you feel?
All right, we promise we'll be really quiet for the rest of the was it how many more, like 18 pages?
Because that's what our viewers want. That's what our listeners want, is for us to sit quietly and say nothing as Paul reads 19 pages of academic written language.
I have a question. Do you guys often finish the packet? Is the idea that we do finish the whole thing?
We might. We'll see.
Do we just go until you have had enough of it? Do we just go until Paul starts crying and then we say
Very
that was
close.
the Eurocentrist?
Oh God.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Hey everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Eurocentrists.
They arrived in Algiers on December 19th. After much questioning, the captain of the local French Foreign Legion regiment, responsible for Northern Sahara, gave them the permit to continue their journey. I can kill 2 British person by accident. That's perfect. The Sahara Desert will take care of it. Huh?
But the French Foreign Legion...
Wait.
Or is it just not that sexist?
Isn't the French Foreign Legion made up of people who are not French, like...
Well, they all have French accents.
Yeah, they have to learn French, but that doesn't mean they have a French accent.
They probably, most of them actually, like, came from the colonies, so they spoke French from childhood on.
Not all of them, but like maybe some of them.
Lots.
Maybe we can do another episode about the French Foreign Legion and settle these debates.
I actually have a few lunatics from them that are probably going to be future topics. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, that does sound really interesting. Okay, real quick, cut this part out, but like I think we should end part 1 with just you asking the question, like, do we just do whatever you start crying? That's how we end part 1.
No. Ben found a natural middle point.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, great.
Sorry.
Is that middle point somewhere in the middle of the packet? So it's
Yeah.
let's keep going.
The fee for the permit was 400 francs.
Too much.
It's pronounced France, actually.
France. It included all 6 radio outposts from one oasis to the next that spanned the desert over a distance of about 2,000 miles, stating that, quote, in the event of non-arrival at the next oasis within a specified time, a search would be ordered. Oh, nice. So you get the rescue insurance, basically.
That's great.
Next oasis, Liam
Liam
Gallagher.
The cost of a search party would be...
I think we're approaching the oasis. Just listen.
Okay,
Today is gonna be the day that we're going back to you. There it is.
Baby.
Champagne supernova.
Baby. And room. All right.
You think
this is hilarious, though. Continuing the quote: the cost of a search party would be 4 francs per kilometer each way, extra.
Oh wow.
So yeah, if you're lost by like 500 kilometers, that's a lot of francs.
Yeah.
To be rescued in the Sahara was apparently not a poor person's sport.
I mean, no.
I mean, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
They're too busy being hungry in those big cities.
Losers. I'm too busy being dehydrated in the desert.
Wish they had all this peach iced tea.
Ooh,
Brought to you by iced tea.
By the concept of iced tea.
The British Empire.
Let's not be sponsored by the British Empire.
No,
actually.
but they, popular as tea in Europe. All right, the departure was delayed another day as they accepted the kind invitation of a lavish Christmas party at the home of a local official. But they eventually set out on Boxing Day, saying their very last farewells to the local newspaper representatives
See you.
and motorcyclists who had accompanied them out of Algiers at a cafe in the village of Blida, where the road turned into a gravel track in the Atlas Mountains.
Blida. I hardly know it.
Quote, a few perplexed Arabs looked on from a sandy quadrangle as we filled our
quadrangle.
Okay.
As we filled our 4-gallon fuel tank and one of the 20-liter containers for the very last time from a petrol pump. I forget who left first, but as our friends turned to return north, we continued south. Blank was quiet. I don't know what she was thinking. Probably the same as me, wondering about the reliability of our heavily laden motorcycle, or the extremes of weather, our health, diseases, and all those things we had been warned about, of those mysterious black-eyed Bedouins who stared and stared and stared. Would they be hospitable now that we were alone? We steered towards the unknown and sauntered along. All right.
Do you think that they had sex? I feel like the answer is definitely yes.
maybe like as friends they had sex.
Yeah.
Gal pals. No, I feel like this is like at the very least like a it's just them. You know, like they've got they got needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
on the first night
Florence,
of their journey.
I'm so dehydrated.
Normally I'm a squirter. I'm so sorry.
Spit in my mouth.
Yeah, that wet.
No, seriously, please. I'm dying over here.
That wet puss is gonna. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yo, talk about oases.
Hydrate me.
Hydrate me, mommy.
On the first night of their journey, they discovered that the poles to support the roof of their tent had been left behind somewhere, leaving them to use tree branches as replacements.
This is the worst road trip ever.
2 days later, they
bad.
failed to reach Good oasis before sunset. Due to the numerous tire punctures they had to patch throughout the day of driving through rocky terrain, before finally fitting a new tube as the old one was already beyond repair. Oh yeah, right. Most of the Sahara is not sand. Most of it is rocks.
Oh yeah, true.
Like
true.
only like 10 or 20% is the desert we know as the cliche.
Yeah, but she knows how to drive over rocks.
Yeah, the British. London,
that
really.
cobblestone.
Yeah.
I need to Google a picture of the Sahara.
I mean, I think of sand, but
It's gonna show mostly sand, but yeah, okay.
Okay, Sahara. Keep going.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is the worst road trip I've ever heard of. Like, I'd much
Desert.
rather be in the Antarctic right
Yeah,
now. 'Cause
exactly.
at least there's
Episode
water.
one. Episode 1?
Yeah, throwback to episode 1, where the first road trip that ever came up in this podcast was them going to the North Pole.
Whoa,
Because again, there's
this looks
water.
This looks like Tatooine.
Yeah, totally. That's why they shot that.
wow,
you,
it
you
literally
don't know what Tatooine is. You haven't seen Star Wars.
Actually, I do know.
You don't know what Tatooine is. You haven't seen Star Wars.
I haven't.
Quote. Apparently, we had stopped that night near to the oasis, but close to a Bedouin tribal settlement. Although not a soul was in sight, dozens of eyes were still watching us. I was sheltering the primus stove from a chill wind while boiling water for tea, most British thing ever, when I saw sandaled feet walking towards us. Looking up, I could see their goatskin tents between the rocky outcrop and a cloaked nomad with rifle in hand coming towards us. He touched the motorcycle and, stretching out a probing hand over the shiny levers, touched the horn button. Woot! Went the horn.
Oh.
He jumped. I jumped. As luck would have it, the motorcycle held his attention while we went about our camping chores as usual.
That's just the human equivalent of that Vine where someone honks at the cat. And the cat just...
Yeah. But this man has never seen a motorcycle.
Oh wow, true.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait. So they honked at him and he jumped?
No.
Or
He
other way around?
honked it itself.
Yeah. He was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. he was like, I'm gonna catcall these women one way or another. I've never even...
desert cat call with a motorcycle.
I don't even know what this is yet.
This is a lot of firsts.
Figure it out.
All right. Filling up provisions at Lagut, they got closer to the desert proper. Quote, the direction to Gardaya on the northern edge of the Sahara was marked by a pile of rocks, each of about 4 feet high, placed at regular intervals of a kilometer apart. To go any further and not see another marker meant we had gone astray, or perhaps a cairn had been blown down by the strong wind and scattered by nature's elements to be obliterated by sand. We had not gone very far over the rough ground as the day rapidly got hotter and our eyes burned, lips cracked, and throats dried. By the time the sun set that evening in a red ball of fire, we were very tired and weary. Thereafter, the desert was to be our campsite home. Unlike ordinary travelers, there was no need to look for a place to camp, as we had the desert all to ourselves. The outdoors became our living room. To save every minute of daylight, setting up camp became more streamlined, and to overcome the space and weight problem simply meant having less and less things to carry. A nearby bush would serve as a clothes hanger for the night, but I don't remember whose idea it was to hang stuff on them, for those handy little branches happened to have very tenacious multi-thorn twigs which embedded themselves into our clothing.
Yeah, these guys were naked a lot.
It took us a long time the next morning and some sore fingers to pick them all out.
Sore fingers?
Sore fingers.
Not just from picking out those thorns, I'll tell you.
They got real
I
comfortable in
love
that desert.
Sore Fingers Volume 3. It's one of my favorite ones. Return of the Finger Bang.
Sore Fingers 3, motorcycle mystery.
Finger
actually
Chitty Chitty
Scooby-Doo.
Bang Bang.
No, it's a Scooby-Doo episode.
Boo? Okay, alright.
New choice.
The French Legion captain at Gardaya was hesitant to give them permission to attempt the next leg of their journey, the first one in the Sahara proper, to El Golai. 193 miles or 310 kilometers to the south, as he thought it impossible to do with a motorcycle. Though he eventually agreed, he only gave them 5 days to make the journey before the expensive search parties would be sent out, which led to them riding the night through to make it in time. Holy shit. Night riding in the desert.
Damn. Well, it'd be kind of cool if there was like a moon.
Yeah,
No, that would probably be super dope.
I think that'd be great.
It's also freezing cold.
Yeah, better be drive when you're cold than be drive when you're hot. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Better be driving cool.
Better be driving home when you're driving hot.
R.I.P. Theresa Wallach. You would have loved Vaporwave.
Yes. Yes.
You would have loved. You would have loved. You would have loved Resonance by Home.
Haircut for men.
Yeah. What?
Haircuts for men.
You would have
That's
loved
a
teenage
famous Vaporwave album.
pregnancy for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have loved Teenage Pregnancy.
Quote.
I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid.
Quote, after dark, our headlight illuminated the side of each ripple, casting black shadows on the side of the next groove, making it look like black and white ripples caused everything on the motorcycle to shake loose. And somewhere along the track, we lost one of the sidecar connecting nuts and bolts. Something had also jammed inside the sidecar, locking the door to the hatch under which our tools were stored. Fuck. There were no Saharan garages.
Did you write fuck?
There were no.
She's a lady. That would be improper, Jacob.
There were no Saharan guys.
Bollycocks.
Bollycocks.
Volleycocks.
Oh,
Valacocks.
Grimble Gramble, I said to myself. The gun-thorping tools are stuck in a drim-drambling sidecar.
She escaped the Nazis, but she couldn't escape the Sahara Desert.
There were no Saharan garages, so Blank, not being at all sentimental about being so brutal to our steed, more precious to us than a king's ransom, used a rock to break open the locker door. We used a bolt, washer, and nut taken from a less vital place to fix the sidecar connector. The ship of Theseusing it.
Oh my god. Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah. They got stuck countless times in the
Well,
endless...
not quite literally, because that's a ship. It's a motorcycle.
Shut up, Jacob. Literally.
No, keep talking.
No, you know what? I would have been less confused had you been doing your job of providing Foley for this portion.
Listen, I don't. I'm trying to do Foley. I'm trying to do Foley, but then fine. So read it again, and I'll do the Foley for them.
They got stuck countless times.
I'm stuck.
In the endless ocean of deep sand. And as any semblance of road disappeared.
Where's the road? I can't see the road.
What's the deal with the Sahara?
What's the deal with the road?
Okay, now I'm not as confused about where
Where's
we
the
are.
desert?
They didn't say the ocean.
There's not even an underage woman to date here.
Listen, I hang around these parks where all the teenagers. All I see is sand. You can't have sex with sand.
Not with that attitude.
Larry David, where are you?
Son of a bitch. All right.
I'm gonna use this rock to break open the sidecar.
Can you guys recreate all of Seinfeld, but it's just you two?
Jerry.
Hi, Kramer, where the hell did you come from?
I love the idea, Kramer.
I didn't mean right now. I just
okay.
meant at some point.
And as any semblance of road disappeared, only 24 hours from Gadaya, they had to find their way by the stone markers, and once had to backtrack when they realized they had gone in the wrong direction.
Idiots.
Good catch.
Yeah.
In spite of the many difficulties, and with a little help from a Bedouin pointing them in the right direction.
It's that way.
You run into a guy in the desert and he actually gives you proper directions. Great.
What does he do it in the desert?
Bedouins.
Probably just,
He's also lost.
He's hurting. He's
He's
hurting sand. He's
hurting.
He actually wanted to send them in the wrong direction, but accidentally sent them in
He
the
was
right.
so lost.
Yeah, he's so lost. He went to the sand to find underage girls.
They were like-
Jerry Seinfeld.
Hot girls in your neighborhood. Hot Bedouin girls in.
And he sees two women, and they're like, "Oh, it's too old. I have to send them away."
Yeah.
I have to point that direction.
And they say,
Bollycock.
Bollycocks, a savage.
In spite of the many difficulties, and with a little help from a Bedouin pointing them in the right direction, they managed to make it to El Golia, in time. Here they spent New Year's Eve with a French couple who invited them to a lavish supper.
Let's see if I can Google where they are.
And New Year's Day as indicated by the quote at the beginning of the episode. So that's where we are basically at.
Okay. Industrial.
Algolia.
Not Angola. Algolia.
I was born in Angola. That's not. It took them. They did not go very far.
That's pretty. Oh, that's that.
I mean, on a motorbike, that's kind of impressive.
That's pretty crazy, and it's the desert. Don't forget that. And the fucking tires pop all the time.
Oh yeah,
I guess that's true.
And they keep destroying their bike in the.
I mean, it's getting rattled apart.
But so
because they're on the roads.
Because they're trying to go to South Africa.
Yeah, all the way down.
So it seems like it's not that far, but like on a motorbike in the 1930s,
it's crazy.
That is quite crazy.
Yeah. Again, there's a reason why no man has attempted it at this point.
I'm sorry for being such a naysayer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what about that guy who is leading them astray?
He's not on a bike.
Oh yeah, why was he doing? Was he there on foot?
Yeah,
that's
apparently.
even weirder.
Bedouin?
Maybe he had a camel. We don't know.
He has nice feet.
Camel feet.
Why would you?
Strong feet.
Here they spent New Year's Eve with a French couple. And New Year's Day, as indicated by the quote at the beginning of this episode, right? On the 2nd, they went to the local French Legion captain once more to get permission to continue crossing the Sahara. He warned them that the next leg would be even trickier, that winds had completely obliterated the stone markers, and all the other usual warnings that Theresa and Florence had far too much himbo energy to listen to. Quote, "What will you do?" the lieutenant wanted to know, "if the Hogar Massif drifts engulf you?" I tried to make clear in his own language how we use the block and tackle. When the motorcycle gets stuck in sand, we use the trailer as anchor to attach the rope, pull together to drag it out. Then Blank continued in her French. If the trailer gets stuck, we use the motorcycle as anchor to pull it out. I carried on. If the worst comes to the worst, we would abandon the trailer and load only fuel, water and food into the sidecar. To which Blank added, a motorcycle does not need radiator water. Together we talked on and on, with no intention of yielding to the officer's warnings, and were determined to be the first to ride over the Sahara and across the African continent to Cape Town, even though we had failed to bring a compass with us. We forgot the one thing that's super reliable.
Theresa, Florence,
Damn.
I don't think they were expecting you to give that detailed of an answer as to how, like, that was a rhetorical question.
The French guy's like, well, I did not need this.
It's like, it's good that a woman knows this, but I did not need all of that information.
First time somebody mansplained to me.
Yes, we are the flex, but okay.
Le flex bizarre, mais
Bizarre.
okay.
Le flex bizarre. That's actually a great tattoo.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right here.
No, right here.
Le flex bizarre.
Le flex bizarre. Oh god. Oh, that would also be a great club name.
Oh yeah.
Le flex bizarre.
Slash Jim.
Yeah, but I feel like Jim is a bit like on the nose, but like.
Yeah.
Nous allons en flex bizarre pour faire le party, pour danser.
Say more.
C'est
Oui, bonjour Theresa et Florence, je suis le officier de French Legion.
Légion française.
Légion français et
Foreigner.
je ne pense pas que tu can cross the desert.
Wait, isn't it foreigner?
What?
I have to walk 500 miles.
No, that's
it's
the
Pretenders.
No, that's the two Scottish ones.
I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 miles to be the man who's walked 5,000 miles and
We need a cover.
burn at your door.
Yeah, okay,
All right.
we need to stop.
Yeah.
I'm getting annoyed with my own contemplation now. With my
You have
own.
a terrible influence here.
Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm also sorry.
I'm also really interested in hearing
All
about
right.
what happens to the women.
Yeah.
As foretold, the next leg of their journey, for which they were
foretold.
for which
Joe, what did we just say?
for which they were given 6 days before the search parties would go out, was indeed even worse than the last.
Uh-oh.
With them getting stuck so many times that, quote, progress was like swimming in syrup. It's literally
wow.
like the first episode, just sand instead of ice.
Oh my god, yeah.
It also got so hot that they had to spend the middle of the day lying underneath the trailer for shelter. Then came the minor hitch of the U-coupling connecting the bike to the trailer breaking.
I have a question. Did sunscreen exist at this time?
I don't think so.
I think they just wore a lot of clothes.
There was
they weren't wearing clothes the entire time.
There was the Egyptian had like 4,000 years ago already figured out sunscreen. Basically, it was like a weird block that they would like have on their head, and it would slowly like drip and melt and cover your skin that way. Yeah.
Why did? Okay, I feel like that.
I don't know what it is made of though. So
I just feel like it's weird that
animal fat, probably.
It had to start on top of it. Like it could have been anywhere. You could have put it anywhere.
Well, it has to start on the head though.
it's just so you can work all day in the desert, not in the desert, but on the fields, you know, and you don't have to reapply. It just does it for you, basically.
Well, it doesn't do it all. It takes time.
You probably have to spread it around, though, right?
Huh?
But you have to, like, spread it around, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not sure. I'm just saying sunscreen already exists.
I'm going to Google this also.
Idiots in ancient Egypt. Never heard of rubbing one in.
Rubbing one out, more like,
Yeah.
hey, sticking at your gut with a Riddler.
All right. Then came the U-coupling broke
Egyptian.
with El Golea about 200 miles, 320 kilometers behind, and in Salah still 150 miles, 240 kilometers away. So they're basically in the middle point too, where it breaks. So it's like, fuck, we can't go back and we can't go further. Luckily, they found a wrecked car nearby. What?
Oh, that's so lucky. Way to go.
These two women are turning this into Fast and Furious.
Though its French make provided them with the next problem. It is a French wreck.
Oh,
This
no.
Citroën sucks.
I don't know what that means. Wait. They could speak French that whole time?
Yeah.
Then why did they get the order wrong?
From the Bedouin?
Listen.
No, from the earlier when they ordered the frog
These
legs
women,
on accident.
I think these women have maybe a little bit forgetful because they also didn't bring a compass, which is very important.
Yeah.
and
That's
they
true.
did not bring their tent poles, which is also pretty important.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I'm sort of skeptical. I'm like, okay, look, that's great that you got through this desert. I'm not denying that you got through the desert. Well, I am denying.
We don't know that yet. I don't know that.
I feel like it's the attempt.
I'm gonna
at
hope.
the bare
I'm
minimum.
gonna hope that this is not gonna be like 10 more pages of them just being like, and then they pushed the bike, and the bike got stuck, and then they pushed the bike, and the bike got stuck, and then they pushed the bike, and the bike got stuck, but then they pushed the bike again, and the bike got stuck.
These
But
guys-
that is crazy lucky that you just find the burned out car in 1932 in the desert. Like,
Yeah, who brought the car out in the desert?
some
too?
French column.
I told you, Harold, you shouldn't have drove the car to the Sahara.
But there's not AAA picking you up there. You know, the moment it breaks down, it's
That's
there.
not.
I told you don't drive the rental at Sahara. We should have taken the plane.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you even attempt that trek to begin
Harold.
Some weird French weirdo.
with? Unbelievable.
Oh,
When I went-
Arrête. Pourquoi as-tu le car dans le désert que marche?
Automobile.
L'auto, la voiture.
Oh yeah.
Oui, la voiture.
La véhicule de velocidad. All right. Quote, when our venture was being planned, well before we used the metric system, we did not realize our Whitworth gauge tools would not fit metric nuts and bolts.
Damn.
And of course, our 1-inch diameter linkage pin would not go through the 2-centimeter lug hole from the wrecked car.
Oh, Jesus.
Without the help of a vise or anything else to hold the lug, Blank used the rat tail file to enlarge the diameter of the hole, while I used the flat file to reduce the diameter of our linkage pin. After a while we changed over, Blank filed the pin and I filed the lug hole. Euphemisms.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
We had almost a quarter of an inch to file off between us to get two parts to fit. Wait, quarter of an inch. That's a lot of metal to shave off by hand.
Yeah.
In the desert.
In the desert.
With like shitty tools that don't fit properly.
Motorcycle.
In
Damn.
the desert, you might as well just melt it. You know what I mean?
Just leave it out.
Just like a hammer on it, yeah.
Yeah.
It got dark, and still the pin and the lug would not fit together. The night wind felt strong, but there were no trees or street corners or anything but our own equipment to make it whine. Suddenly, Blank let out a yell. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Or, yeah.
And so
I
like,
thought-
Oh, by Jove, I've got it.
Oh, maybe? I thought you had been...
Yes.
I thought she had...
Oh, don't stop, Florence. Oh, yes, that's right. That's right there. Oh, keep filing, you dirty girl. Yes. Oh.
Get that lug knot off.
Oh, get that lug knot. Oh, it's so metric. This is a little too big, isn't it? Oh.
Jacob, save that for OnlyFans, for fuck's sake. You're gonna get them all hot and bothered like the Sahara Desert.
Start writing smut.
I thought she had been bitten by something or had hurt herself, but she had just remembered a gift from the Christmas party in Algiers. We've got some cognac!
They didn't forget the cognac, but they did forget a compass.
Listen, I'm sure these women would be so much fun to hang out with.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely would never want to go on a trip with them.
No,
You know,
100% worst girls trip
You're
ever.
dehydrated.
You'd be dehydrated.
In the desert. You're like, little alcohol, huh?
It's like, what else are we gonna do?
Want to kill ourselves in the desert, huh?
The blokes can do
Do we
it.
have do we have cognac for this part of the show?
No,
This part of the
we're a
show.
dry podcast.
We're a dry podcast, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Save it for after.
They finished the job the next day, probably a bit hungover, and moved on.
God.
With much strain, they managed to cross the Tademite Plateau, quote, surely the bleakest place on earth to find one's soul, if nothing else. All right, so apparently not that good looking. Through amazing nightly vistas, moonlight so bright you could read or write by it, and more endless powdery sand to get stuck in again and
Moonlight
again.
so bright you could read or write. Moonlight so bright he's right. In
Ride
the
me
desert.
tonight. All right. Our two honorary himbos, quote, soon began to realize the magnitude and severity of the Sahara Desert. We were
Just now?
They're
I think
halfway
now it
through.
fully sets
Jesus,
in.
they've been there for like a month now. And they're like, oh, I think it's actually quite big, isn't it?
It's quite difficult, isn't
It's
it?
just, I didn't think it'd be.
I think we're like in week 2.
We're not in Surrey anymore, are we?
No, I don't believe so, no. But I love that this is such like rich white people shit.
Oh yeah.
This is like going like hiking up Mount Everest before they hiked up Mount
Sure.
Everest. Or I don't know, I think maybe did Mount Everest.
I like all those guys that like, I'm gonna row across the Atlantic.
Oh, the
And
British
they're like,
that
this
made it
actually is not that fun to do.
No, it's not.
So the guys who made it up the first on
Tenzin
Everest.
Norgay and the other guy.
yeah, but they did it with Sherpas. So,
Yeah.
Tenzin Norgay was the
Well,
Sherpa.
what year was that though? That's the question. Was it before these guys?
Okay.
Ooh.
I will find
I don't
Let me find it out.
So? I don't think so.
Look it up.
I don't think so because
Yeah, this is some rich white people shit.
oh yeah, absolutely.
The women are not immune from rich white people shit.
No,
It's
no.
not just a dude
But
thing.
at least they're not like hunting wild animals. You know, like they're not like
Yes,
How?
excuse me.
Actually,
So,
wait, how are they eating?
quick aside.
We don't know.
they
but
have canned everything.
Sir
For sure.
Edmund Percival Hillary on 1953.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
way
wow.
later.
With
Way
the
later.
Tenzing Norgay, they summoned Everest.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I also love
Look at
that
this guy.
they,
Look how
they,
British he
like.
looks.
I think the most British mountaineers at that point called him a pussy because he used
Oxygen?
oxygen. Yeah.
Can we look up? Can we look up what she looks like?
We have it right behind you.
Yeah, but I need more pictures.
Most of the pictures are terrible, so just be prepared.
I need
you know?
a picture of Florence.
And the machine.
Yeah.
All right, back to the quote. We were 1,000 miles from Algiers, barely halfway across, but were not yet licked. Perhaps.
What? Say that again. They were not yet what?
licked.
I had not yet been licked by my compatriot. I mean, the desert had not
A Freudian
licked
writing
us.
error.
Sorry, can we take that again? Nope. Sorry, Theresa. That's going into history forever.
the thing you write yourself.
We had probably scissored across half the desert. I mean, we had cut the desert in half with our motorcycles
And our vaginas.
and the vibrating of the.
As I was filing her nut all day long.
as I was. Thank God. Yeah.
There was some sparks. All right, perhaps there was a reason why everyone had said we would not succeed in getting across.
I'm sorry that you're just now discovering that like there might have been some flaws in your plan. I want to believe in you, but
1,000 miles is already crazy.
I still believe in them.
I still believe in them.
1,600 kilometers. That is crazy.
But
That's like from Madrid to Berlin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of seems less impressive.
Vienna, Bregenz, or Vienna, Zurich, Vienna. Round trip.
There and back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that.
Yeah. On a motorcycle in the desert.
In the desert.
And it's the desert. And
That's pretty crazy.
And you don't even get to go to Bregenz.
Yeah. At the end, you don't get Spätzle.
You don't even get Spätzle at Bregenz.
In the end, you have to go to South Africa.
You don't even get to see the FP hiding blue Easter eggs around the town center of Bregenz.
For our non-Austrian listeners, they're talking about the Nazis.
They're like the new Nazis.
Yeah, they were literally formed.
Please, yeah.
They're
not even as a tenth as capable.
They were formed by former Nazi party members originally.
Correct,
which is important. Anyway.
And their leader also was in the 90s the son of two very famous Nazis.
Yeah, that's why Jacob's joke was funny. Just for the record,
Yes.
I just thought you should.
Explanado concludio.
Yeah.
Yet again, they made it in time to Inshallah. This time aided by
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
We made it.
I was also thinking that.
Yeah!
This time aided by the fact that one of the rare rains that the region saw only every 4 to 6 years had fallen on the last stretch of their journey only a few days prior, firming up the sand. So they found a car in the desert, a burnt-out car in the desert, and it rained. They're lucky too.
Wow.
They're extremely lucky to be alive. Did they fix the car? Sorry.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Jerry-rigged a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they are Thelma and Louising their way through the
Yes,
desert now.
yeah.
Okay. Sick.
With the A-Team theme playing in the background every time they're building something.
Pretty much.
or MacGyver. They're MacGyvering it.
Yeah, and the MacGyver theme song goes, as we both know.
Stop appropriating my childhood.
Yeah, thank you for getting me involved in this.
The morning after arriving in Inshallah,
we made it.
They accidentally rediscovered the Christmas pudding someone had given them all the way back in London. My joke is true.
Chekhov's Christmas pudding.
How big is this trunk that they're holding? I feel like, how are they like?
I saw some photos of the car. It's a pretty big sidecar. It's pretty big.
Oh my god.
Because they have to stuff a lot of in it.
Sure, you got like a tent and you got bread probably.
And somebody has to sit in it too.
Cheese.
Yeah.
And none of them ever.
There's only one motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they had two motorcycles.
No, it's one with a sidecar where she sits.
Well, I thought they had the sidecar to put the shit inside.
No, you don't want to. Look, when it comes to
okay, motorcycle master, tell us how it works.
No, but that's generally an exploration. You want one vehicle and two people in case somebody gets sick or something bad happens.
Right.
And you'd want to do shifts, you know.
No, you want
because
two people.
There's no power steering. Everything feels terrible. You get sore after a few hours.
But
you know.
It makes more sense for them to just be spooning each other than for one of them to be in a sidecar.
That surely also happened too. But the sidecar is important too because you get your hands free, so you can do navigation. You can take pictures.
You can spend 2 weeks looking for the compass you didn't bring.
No, I'm just like, where are you going to keep your shit if it's not in the sidecar?
No, Florence, I know it's in here somewhere. It's next to the pudding.
It's like, where are you going to keep your shit if it's not in the
it's a big sidecar. It fits a person and stuff.
Oh my god, that doesn't seem possible.
Let me see if I can find them again.
I literally don't believe
There's a silent movie with footage of hers on YouTube. It's 40 minutes long and it's boring, but it's interesting.
Yeah, but they better be spooning, otherwise.
Here's their little thing. That's how big their little trailer was.
That's not what I had in mind when I pictured a sidecar. That's literally like an Oregon Trail.
So that's the sidecar.
There's multiple journeys, so
she got a trailer.
That's what it looks like.
No, there's a trailer and there's a sidecar.
Oh
yeah, so here's the trailer.
Okay.
And there's the sidecar.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's even worse to have to drag through the fucking desert. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but you have to because you know
you're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Yeah.
Rich people do.
Most of that stuff was sponsored. They didn't buy it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. That almost makes it worse. I'm like, so why did you fund this?
Sponsored by Shell.
Steering.
My corpse is sponsored by BP.
Chevron.
Yeah.
Butt plug.
Thank you.
What?
BP.
All right.
smart.
Golf clap,
That's a
golf
smart.
clap.
That's a smart joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hole in one.
That was a smart joke.
Yeah. Clap for butt plugs.
That was a smart joke.
Can we please cut this out of context where you just go butt plugs and then we just clap? The golf clap.
Hard clap. Hard cut to clap.
Exactly.
Yeah. I will do. I will make it so.
All right. What happens next to our fine heroines?
Mm-hmm. The morning after arriving in Salah, they accidentally
Inshallah.
rediscovered the Christmas pudding someone had given them all the way back in London. Having had only stale bread.
Stale bread.
Stale bread.
Alan had stale bread and cheese grits and a bit of ham hock.
And dates. Oof.
I like dates.
That is
They were
dates,
certainly on
dates
some
are
dates.
a little bit.
They make you shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
God forbid they do that.
God forbid.
I'd rather be constipated.
In the desert? No.
Yeah.
While traveling? Absolutely not. I would not. That's horrible.
I don't know,
don't
man.
wanna shit in my leather
when you're
pants.
rumbling all around in that motorcycle, it's going right through you.
Yeah.
The vibrations aid
Exactly. It
in
shakes it out of you.
So I'd rather
Check it out. And that's actually where Florence and the Machine came up with the idea for that song. Yeah.
Nice.
Florence Welsh learned about her.
She was reading this book and she went, I have an idea.
All right. Having had only stale bread and dates
Stale
left for the
bread.
breakfast, they celebrated, singing
Woohoo.
Old Lang Syne and
And all
dancing.
the friends be forgotten, old lang syne.
No, they started
Wow.
singing "Shake It Out" by Florence and the Machine.
Quote, our only audience was some ants. Unfortunately, the ants
And they said, boo, this sucks.
had got into the pudding.
No!
You come to my house, insult my
come to
singing,
my
and
pu-
eat my food.
You eat my
protein.
pudding. You eat my pudding.
On my daughter's wedding.
On my daughter's
daughter's wedding.
You broke my heart, Fredo.
Blank exclaimed meaningfully, we are not going to bring the pudding all this way and not eat it. Since the ants were the same color as the pudding, we kept our eyes peeled for anything that moved and picked the ants out for entertainment.
I mean, also, like, it's probably good protein.
Yeah.
Ants are very healthy.
I don't like.
Also the
Ants are
acid.
very healthy.
The acid, too.
True.
Yeah. All right. Carrying on towards Tamanrasset with another 6-day time limit on 7th of January 1935, they soon found it necessary to cross the stretches of soft and between the islands of hard ground by unloading everything from the trailer, pushing and riding the venture across, and then walking back to get all the belongings and put them back in the trailer.
Wow, that sounds absolutely
Yeah. Miserable.
stupid. Wow.
Mind-numbing.
Which sounds a lot like the far harder version of how those blokes in the Austro-Hungarian North Pole expedition in our first episode would have to alternate between putting the sleds into their boats and the boats onto the sleds while crossing from ice floe to ice floe.
Yeah, that's a really smooth callback joke that he just wrote
Yeah,
there. Good
thanks,
job,
Ben.
Ben. Thanks, Ben.
Florence and the Machine is still pretty awesome.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine. Florence's Machine was actually a motorbike that didn't have a compass or any and kept losing its parts.
They lost their way again, trying to travel by night. And when they found it again, Theresa had her own certified Anakin Skywalker moment. Quote, sand is our trouble. It is in everything. The food, the fuel. Never again will I ever go to a sandy seaside. And then Blank reminded me that Cape Town was at the seaside.
These are the dumbest people on the planet, and I love them. This is
Himbos.
This is himbo behavior.
Yeah.
This is
Amazing.
This is not bimbo behavior. Like gender is not.
No.
Gender is a social construct. This is himbo behavior.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker would hate Africa as a continent. Evidently.
Yeah, because he's a huge racist. That's why.
He's racist and he hates sand.
Listen, Anakin Skywalker hates sand, he kills kids, and he's racist. Which one of those things is worse?
Truly. Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker supports redlining.
Actually,
You know that?
gentrification.
He loves. No,
Actually, it's any kind
worse than
of
gentrification.
subjugation.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally supposed to be Space Hitler.
He did blow up a planet. Remember that? Remember when he killed an entire planet of people?
Was it just one planet?
Alderaan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna use my laser blower upper gun.
He says,
to shoot Alderaan.
I'm gonna blow up this whole planet. And I don't like it when people who look different than me move into my neighborhood.
Also, don't dead name me.
Don't.
No, you know.
His new name is Darth Vader.
No, he's racist, but he's a very big LGBT ally. he's pronouns.
His emperor is a blob, you know, that travels from body to body.
It's like you can identify as whatever you want as long as it's not a minority, like a racial minority. Okay, yes.
All right. A few miles north of Tamarn Hasset, they spent the night in a small Tuareg settlement by the name of Tit.
Oh, this again.
ha 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 ha.
Which means eye in their language.
Oh.
I mean, the tit is the eye to the soul.
That's true. Well, wait. Listen, baby. I'm gonna spend less time squeezing on your tits, more time looking at your tits.
Oh, Ben nearly called it. I'll be disappointed if none of you honors this with my tits are up here.
Well, my joke was better, so.
Yeah.
Stop admonishing, Ben.
You need to be a little bullied sometimes. I've been too nice to him on the podcast.
He has been like slam dunking it. They finally concluded this leg of their journey the following day. Quote, as we approached Tamarn Hasset, the highest part of the desert and a crossroads for camel caravans.
Camels!
The most amazing sight... No, it's for the cigarettes.
Oh, the cigarette caravans. I forgot. Yeah.
All right,
The
well,
famous...
Here's a camel who smokes a lot.
can you do a cigarette light sound for Foley?
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
The most exciting of all happened to be the last stretch. Our grand finale, so to speak, was the spectacle of handiwork by both man and nature. It was the culmination of 6 days' rugged ride. Nestled at the foot of the high volcanic pinnacles of the Hoga Massif,
Massive.
amid terrific
Massive.
See how long it took me to do that?
Yeah, well, I wasn't looking at your hand last time. If I was blind, you probably would have said that.
I wouldn't have done that though.
Exactly.
You have my hands at the window.
I have a stye, okay? I can't see it. I have a stye.
You're blind in one
I'm
eye.
blind.
Oh, you would have loved it in Tit.
You should come with an eye patch.
Yar.
We might have
It be
actually
me.
one of the drawers.
The pirate, the dread pirate Tit. They call me Tit because I have Tuareg ancestry, and that's the word for eye.
And I also have a really bad lump on my breast.
And
that
I
looks
have
like
a
boob.
tumor, and it looks like a breast.
My eye patch is just a picture of a boob, a single boob on it.
Yeah.
The ocean gave it to me. I call it my tumare.
Okay, keep reading. Keep reading right now.
Shit, wait. Oh yeah, up here.
My eyes are up here.
Terrific,
You happy, Ben?
terrific sized boulders and date palms were native handmade
Grandiloquent.
Yeah, columns.
Okay, I'm looking up these words. You can't put these words in here and then not tell us what they mean.
I think it's like a portmanteau out of grand and eloquent, maybe.
Grandiloquent.
Grandiloquent, but it's with an I. So
Grandiloquent. Grandiloquent. Grandiloquent.
That would be like the last one in a fucking spelling bee.
I was gonna say it's not a fucking spelling bee, but yeah, it is exactly what it sounds like. Grandiloquent. It's a
I
portmanteau.
fucking bodied that word.
I mean, you did body that word. We're really proud of you. You're very special.
Thanks,
Good
Mom
kid.
and Dad.
Finally, the education has paid off.
This is what it's gonna be like when you actually have a kid.
All right, grandiloquent columns, like totem poles, which formed a majestic colonnade that neither travel was nor weather had yet undone.
Whoa.
We rode our motorcycle on firm ground alongside these stately pillars, going slowly like a chieftain on his camel, or a king on his throne, as though part of some royal procession. Nothing stirred. We entered this silent settlement of the living with a ghostly feeling, as though we had come to a lost city of the past. It was simply siesta time.
Oh.
They were just napping.
I mean that makes sense if you've been in the desert for like 2 weeks.
I'd be pretty sleepy too.
No, I mean if like you go to a town and you don't see anyone there, you're like delirious. You haven't been drinking any water, just pussy for the last like
I know.
months.
And like, I think they had whiskey, right? They brought something.
So the cognac.
Yeah.
They're completely off. Like it's a Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah. But also that must feel like a shot from a movie.
No, it's
where
like,
you go down that colonnade. That must feel like super awesome.
Yeah, it's like when you're in an old western town. You go to the saloon and you go, barkeep, I'll have a shot of whiskey, and then you flick a coin of indiscriminate amount that we don't know.
You say, keep the change, cowpoke.
It's like you're actually short like $37.
This is not even close to
$37.
I don't know currency.
The local were much amazed by them, as they had never seen a motorcycle before. The local French captain, however, refused to let them continue their journey to Inguizam with their trailer attached.
Cannot go to Inguizam.
As it would be too heavy for the desert ahead.
Listen, the sand is too soft. And women are also quite soft. So you must stay here with the Bedouins.
To be completely honest, I don't read this as sexist. I feel like this is the only person who's given them good advice so far.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's told them not to go. I think everybody the whole time was
so
like,
far they've made it.
"This is a bad idea, probably." We think you're gonna get lost in the desert and die.
Well, what happened with the boat people? Whatever, wasn't there people last time?
We're the boat people.
We're pretending that we're continuing this like.
Oh yeah, the charade.
Yeah, we're doing the charade, but I actually don't remember what exactly happened the last time because it's been 2 weeks since the accident.
And edit.
Oh, uh-oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Did we actually just lose this?
We'll see. Please don't.
This has literally never happened.
Yep. Oh, did it die? When it beeps, it... That means... Oh, no! Please, don't...
Maybe it auto-saved.
Of me losing my mind.
What? No, but weren't they like crossing like the English Channel or something?
Yeah. And everybody told them like, you shouldn't do this.
Dumb.
This is bad. Yeah.
For once, I'm like, I don't think it's misogyny. I think they're just like
They did it on a motorcycle. They crossed the English Channel on a motorcycle.
No,
yeah,
they took a
they
boat.
drove on water.
That's crazy.
Yeah, actually, this is the story of the
honestly
first female Jesus.
The first female Jesus.
You know, Jesus was non-binary. Jesus.
Mrs. Jesus.
That would be an
Period,
amazing
sis.
drag name. Is Jesus, but then you roll up like you're on a cross.
Can't wait till I see someone uncrucify themselves on Drag Race. Just climb down, stigmata.
R.I.P.
Stigmata reveal.
Yes, they're handmade.
R.I.P. Jesus. You would have loved RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yo, shout out to Jesus.
So they settled for having their trailer and belongings transported by bus, while they would continue with bike and sidecar, having to wait 2 weeks in Taman Hasset to wait for the next bus to arrive. Oh my god, the British bus schedule is terrifying. But the French ones are like, no, every 2 weeks there's a bus.
Just like every 2 weeks we film the same episode of the podcast. I'm sorry, you walked right into that one. I could not.
I walked right into that bus like in Mean Girls.
Yes, you did. Wait, if you're Regina George, who am I? Amanda Seyfried? I feel like the dumb one here. And you're trying to make fetch happen.
It will happen.
No, you're the cool mom.
Oh, you're
I'm the
Amy
cool
Poehler.
mom. Hell yeah.
You're Amy Poehler.
Polar. Really knew her.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a fist bump. I've learned my lesson.
All right. The two engaged in both camel riding with the locals and horseback riding with the legionnaires. They also attempted to buy flour to have the local baker make them some bread.
Got some flour?
For the 6-day journey ahead.
We'll make some bread from the flour.
However, having no
We
idea...
don't have any flour.
You're all
We have
out.
some flour? Oh, we have is sand. Fuck, I hate sand.
We can do sand cakes, yeah.
Sand bread.
Sand bread.
Ew.
However, having no
It's so crunchy. Okay,
Wait. We need to let Paul finish. This is
I'm sorry.
This is the first and only time I'll ever say that.
However, having no idea about baking, as well as trouble with both the language and the metric system, they made some sort of colossal mistake and ended up with about 10 times as much bread as they bargained for, which they had to break into small pieces just to be able to take with them. So they were like waiting in chunks of bread.
Honestly, though, I mean, I don't see an issue here. Like, they're gonna need that bread. They have
Get that bread.
Get that bread, sis.
But what if it's gonna get dry?
They are dry. Everything will get dry and sandy.
Yeah, but you don't want to be eating like croutons in the desert.
Look,
It's like a...
You might be surrounded by the French, but you cannot afford to be a snob about bread when you're in the fucking desert.
Oh yeah, it's all baguettes.
It's all baguettes.
Baguettes and croissants.
I'm sorry.
We wanted a round roll. What's this long bread?
Yeah. Where are our muffin tops?
Where are our popovers?
Crumpets.
Oh yeah, crumpets. Perfect.
Muffin tops.
Muffin tops. That means something very different.
What is it? I don't know.
A muffin top is like when you wear a pair of skinny jeans that are too small and like there's like fat running over.
It pops over, yeah.
Yeah, that's
like a
It sounded like a dish.
My muffin top doth runneth over.
You're sexy from muffin top to bottom.
That sounds like a TMZ headline from like 2005.
Her muffin top doth runneth over. Jessica Simpson was seen.
My name's Perez Hilton.
Fucking Perez Hilton. Isn't he dead or something? He should be dead.
To me, he's dead. He's dead to me.
The journey onwards was full of troubles as usual. Quote, the sidecar wheel dropped into a hollow, but without the trailer to steady it, we tipped sideways with the Panther lying over sidecar. Fortunately, no harm was done. No water had spilled, and only a few drops of fuel leaked from the tank's filler cap. We gathered up our scattered belongings and carried on as if nothing had happened. You just had a Looney Tunes accident.
They had a cartoon bonk sound effect as it happened.
They drove into a tunnel they thought we could go somewhere, and they crashed. Oh, look, a shortcut. It says to Cape Town. Let's go this way. Wham.
Then a net falls down on top of them, and they get dragged up.
The rash runner.
Okay, but so, yeah.
A falling anvil. Let's stay here on the same spot and see what happens.
Is that a piano I see up there?
What is this coyote up to?
Well, it says free bread in that pile. There's a big piano dangling above it. I'm going to try to grab it anyway.
Okay.
A lot more pushing and pulling through soft sand was, of course, required as well, in temperatures that would rise to 125 Fahrenheit or 52 Celsius. Holy fuck!
That's 52 Celsius is going to be how hot it's going to be this coming summer.
Yeah.
Here.
Fucking idiots. Like,
lame
losers.
Yeah, they have SPF 0, but yeah, we are like, fuck you guys.
You're like, idiot, you should have seen climate change coming. This is the same energy as when Alan came in when we were doing the episode on the Akaha scandal where they embezzled all the money. And he's just like, so you're upset that like 5% of Twitter is what they embezzled, of what Twitter's evaluation was. It's like, oh shit, yeah. It's not actually that much money now that you think about it.
No, it is an insane amount of money versus an unfathomable amount of money.
Yeah, but it hasn't aged well as an amount
that is
of money.
true. Yeah. So 52 degrees Celsius during the day, only to fall to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. So we're going from really hot to really, really shitty cold.
Again, climate change.
That's the shit with the desert, man. It sucks.
It's also the shit with right now in Vienna. It was 30 degrees 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and now it's like 4.
I'll be honest, I can't remember what happened more than like 5 days ago. So it's always been cold.
It has absolutely.
Größtes Murmeltier.
Yeah.
Last week you were wearing something else, and now we're all wearing like pants and black.
Oh my god, I know. Last time. I mean, earlier in the video.
Earlier in the
podcast, I was wearing like a belly, like a cut-off shirt.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roto your normal eye from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Put it over.
You can't see it, honestly. It's okay.
I can
Well, Paul
deepfake
keeps just talking about it like it's like
because you were staring at it earlier with a fucking flashlight.
I want to make sure that it's not getting worse.
Look, it's
not.
stylish, at least.
Stylish.
We're actually taking this house from you. You need to.
That's my drag name. Stylish.
Jesus and stylish.
See, there we go.
I start a drag show.
Yeah, let's do it.
One morning, they spotted a plane overhead, which swooped low as if to salute them.
Meow.
It was the only sign of any kind of life they had encountered in days. For the first time on their journey, they weren't even bugged by flies, and they were quite happy about it. Years later, Theresa learned the plane had been sent for the express purpose of charting their progress. By whom exactly, no one knows, though an article mentioning the plane's findings would soon pop up in the London publication The Motorcycle. Great name, guys. Not much later, they finally arrived at Ingwazam. Quote, at the gate in the mud wall surrounding the wireless outpost. Wireless. Nice. They have Wi-Fi there.
Oh, great.
The operator stood ready to meet us with a broad grin on his face. With a hearty handshake, he shouted, "Bravo! Bravo!" At that moment, as fate would have it, the rear tire had yet another puncture.
This is cartoonish. This is as cartoonish as it gets.
That is literally like a Abbott and Costello bit.
Bravo. But I'm still caught up on like that they just had a fucking spy plane flying over top of them for
Let's
like
check in on those ladies.
let's just see what they're doing, what those broads are up to.
I'm guessing the French would not be, because this is right before the war breaks out. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing the French don't want 2 British ladies dying in their like land.
I think they were just morbidly curious, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's more like, I want to see how they die.
Yeah.
These women, they have failed.
There is nothing I like more than seeing a woman fail.
No, I feel like
This is the French way.
It's the French way.
no.
We give them the rights so they have their possibility to fail, huh? And then we laugh at them.
Guys, they're fucking covered head to toe in like hazmat suits, right? Like this is like more like Metroid shit. This is like Lord of the Rings where she takes off the thing and she's like, I'm a woman actually. Like I don't think
And
they
go,
even knew.
whoa.
They go, awooga.
You got boobs under there?
Tit? Eyes?
You got eyes? Tit. Are you,
Tit for tat?
you a Bedouin? You Tuareg?
No, they're just like, who are these fucking people in the desert and these idiots that have been driving for like 3 months? We just want to know what's going on. All right, but yeah.
Continuing the quote. 2 French civilian helpers pushed the Panther with its flat tire into the compound as we walked behind, feeling not the slightest remorse about letting them do it. If we had tire trouble anywhere else, I don't know what would have happened, as we now found that the tire pump was defective and the new tube couldn't be inflated.
Very lucky.
Incredibly lucky.
Wow.
And they only brought 1 pump too, which is also
It's pretty stupid.
This is incredibly ill. Like it's like when you plan a trip with your friends, like a weekend vacation.
Uh-huh.
This is like,
And it's like, I brought 2 pairs of underwear and like a handle of vodka.
it's like we're gonna be in Cabo for 6 weeks. Like, what are you?
I brought 1 sock and half a shirt.
Shirt. The rest will just.
I
wait.
brought 1 sock and half a shirt.
There we go.
Yeah, they're just like, we'll just fucking wing it, you know.
Yeah, oh, yes, incredibly wing prone.
What did they forget that was sort of important at the very beginning?
Kind of.
Water.
Or the pump.
Oh, no. But like when they first started, they were like, oh, we forgot that. And it was like really important.
It's water, no? Was
No,
that not?
compass, I think.
Oh, a compass.
Yeah,
yes,
compass.
Something like that. They forgot or map, something stupid like that.
Something you kind of
We forgot our GPS. Oh, shit.
Ooh, Theresa managed to inflate the tire with a makeshift pump, as no one bothered to repair theirs despite saying they would.
Wow, the useless men.
What the hell are they doing in the desert? Like, what is so important? Like, they just like stare at sand all day. What are they doing? They can't
Harvest the sand, comb the sand,
bake the sand into
Bake them
bread.
into sand bread.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they sent the plane
Make
out. They're
sand
just like-
castles.
they're just
Yeah, create a golem, call it Jason Sandusky.
Again, you need.
That's a movie I haven't seen. I don't know what you're referencing, Paul.
I also don't know, but there is the Sandman from Spider-Man 3. So that should have come up at some point.
Oh, yes. True.
I'm the Sandman.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm gonna
bring
Hey,
me out,
Spider-Man.
Get me pictures of Cynaman.
That's what they.
Sandia Man?
Sandy Man.
Sandy Man? Is that a man made out of sandies or made out of sand?
What is a sandy?
What is a sandy?
Like
A hand job with sand?
No,
Like-
sandy hand job?
sandy. That's what they were giving them each other in the desert.
That's what the dudes are giving each other for sandies. The sand hand jobs.
The
Or
French all
sand.
have raw dicks. That's why they're so pissed at the women. You
No.
don't have to deal with this.
They don't have anything to do. Of course, they're gonna send a fucking plane out there. This is like it's a field trip,
Yeah.
for the boys.
It's
But
exciting.
yeah, they're still like, we're not gonna fix these chicks' bikes.
No.
And 2 days later, on the 20th of January, they set out to cross the last stretch of the Sahara. Another 6 days to Agadez, finally leaving French Algeria behind and crossing the open border into Niger, French West Africa. After some more days of the usual
Niger.
which at its worst saw them cover no more than 25 miles, 40 kilometers in 12 hours. That is a drag.
That sounds boring.
Also sounded French when you did that just now.
That's the engine noise.
That's what they're.
It is a French motorcycle.
It's not using the metric system.
Charlie XCX would have fucked this desert up though.
If Charlie XCX crossed, she would have crossed the desert in like 3 hours. She's pussy slay like that.
And she would have brought a fucking compass. I mean, just
Yeah.
the very least.
I don't know, or something.
Or something. Or a jug of water.
Not whiskey or cognac. Yeah.
Vroom.
Still living off the bread that was by now over a week old, they finally started leaving the Sahara behind them. Quote, nearing the southern fringe of the desert, the landscape changed. Hard, bumpy ground clearly showed a track and parched scrubland vegetation, striving for growth in this Sahel region. It was a transitional stage between desert and Black Africa. We were pleased now to travel in a higher gear. No, she put it in quotes, so,
Black Africa. She's literally Anakin Skywalker. You've decided he's racist now.
We were pleased now to travel in a
I
higher
can't wait
gear.
till we get to Rhodesia, where things are better and the people understand themselves.
They got sand there too. I don't know how to break the news to you.
Yes, but they have a better social order.
Putting the road in Rhodesia.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Room. All right.
But just so they can't catch me. Cute, sex me and my rod sportive. Okay, keep going.
Actually, wait. I'm sorry. I want to think about
Beep, beep.
Scrubland. That's just where they are. Anywhere where they are is Scrubland.
Parched scrubland vegetation. Yeah.
That's them. They're literally tumbleweed crossing the entire continent of Africa.
Scrublands have got a biome that can't get no love from me. Tiny little trees in the rocks and not rainfall and nobody holler at me. I ain't got no scrubland. Anyway.
I ain't got no vegetation for you.
No, they're yeah.
Okay. We were pleased now to travel in a higher gear and a little faster. Unfortunately, there was also a change in the sound of the motor. It becomes
Ready?
French.
From French to
And a drop in power. Blank said to herself, quote, this thing doesn't sound right. I asked her, something clattering? The intense heat had thinned the viscosity of the lubricating oil.
So then.
Lubricating oil.
And the engine stopped. The con rod bearing had broken through lack of effective lubrication.
I can't do a sound for that.
Fuck. You let us down, Jacob.
Ready?
Thank you.
Still about 100 miles, 160 kilometers from Agadez, but with no other options left, they started pushing the venture the rest of the way.
Oh my god.
Hey, you want to push a motorcycle to Linz
Did
real
they
quick?
push a motorcycle 100 miles? That's insane.
But only if you make that noise the entire time.
Let me find out where that is.
Hoping to at least save some of the money their rescue would cost them. Day and night, they pushed until they were found by the scouts of a Fulani tribe who had seen the dust rising. They were towed about 5 miles, 8 kilometers, to the tribe's village on the southern edge of the Sahara. Using a young Fulani who had learned English at mission school as an interpreter, they were able to loan 2 horses, along with the chief's son and said interpreter as guides, to tow them the remaining 75 miles, that's about 120 kilometers, to Agadez. According to the mission youth...
Agadez. You see that?
I'll pop it up here on the screen.
Agadez, with my hands upon my head.
Like Jesus said.
According to the mission youth, the chief's son spent the entire 2-day trip trying to convert him to Islam.
Hey, I mean, like, they're not just gonna give you stuff for free. You know what I mean?
You're gonna get some proselytization
Obviously.
at the same time.
Wait, you think that, like, the Catholic Church is just gonna be nice to you for no reason? No.
No, the Islam, in this case.
But it's the same mechanism.
Yeah, fair. Organized religion.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, like, it makes more sense that they're like, oh, you come to my house, so
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna teach you
Our ways.
ways. Yeah. I'm gonna civilize you. And they're like, no, we're not about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Protestant.
I'm sorry, I like pork quite a bit. I won't.
It's literally all we have. Finally arriving at their destination, they experienced another shock. Quote, as it happened, there was no suitable desert vehicle immediately available for rescue duties. The thought crossed my mind that had we not made the effort to get ourselves out of trouble when the engine failed by pushing the motorcycle such a long way, but had waited back there for help to come, and considering our shortage of food, water, fatigue, and the heat, what would have happened to us? We might very likely have met the same fate as the camel whose bleached bones we saw lying along the wayside.
Oh wow!
So we have the dark part of the Lion King. Don't drive there.
Yeah, don't drive to the elephant's graveyard.
But they got dangerously close. Very many times, and they seemed so chill about it.
It is truly British.
They are being very nonplussed about this entire thing. It's just like,
yes,
we drove to the desert and it was quite hot. And
yes, we had cartoonishly awful traffic accidents.
God, it was even worse than being in Surrey. But just barely.
Just barely. But they gave us 2 horses.
But thank God we were in Blackpool.
Rather Black Africa than Blackpool.
That's what I said. But the way that things are going these days, it's about the same thing.
Theresa May. Now she has a proper head on your head.
Head on her shoulders.
I like that Boris Johnson fellow. I think he's saying a lot of the right things.
I was gonna say she would have been a Brexit supporter. Sorry.
100%.
Yeah. She would have Liz Trussed the fuck out of that country.
Yeah, these two would be like, Britain for the Britons. So I'm just saying, it's all right. It's all right to self-determination, you know.
Yeah, but they wouldn't say it like that because they're posh.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. They would say, I just think that we deserve our rights as well. Don't we?
As white women.
As white women, I think there's just too many Polish people moving to Britain these days. And I don't like hearing them say Korwa and things like that.
But I'm not racist. I went to Black Africa.
Yeah.
Listen, I went to Black Africa. Not a single Polish person there.
Why don't they go there?
It was a paradise.
Yeah. All right, next chapter. Once you go Black Africa, ...
You never go back Africa.
I don't think they went back to Africa after this.
I don't know. As they had to wait for both their trailer to arrive by bus and the spare motorcycle parts to be shipped from Yorkshire via Algiers.
Jesus Christ.
From Yorkshire?
Yeah, because they're all non-metric parts, so they have to get British parts.
But that's like the farthest away. I mean, apart from going to fucking Scotland. I mean, you could probably go higher, but like still, like that's insane. How long does that take?
Let's find out.
And the weekly Trans-Saharan bus service. They were stranded in Agadez for some time.
Well, how long?
Yeah, that's...
Luckily, the local French commander allowed them to stay free of charge for as long as they needed.
You had one job, historians. Not Ben. I don't think that's his fault. It's the people who...
Yeah.
This was 100 years ago. Like, they had academics 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And
these are women,
calendars.
so I'm guessing they didn't
What does that mean?
No,
They
historians
can't keep track.
Sorry, women can't be academics?
Academics definitely ignored female
Read your
history until,
script, chauvinist.
15 years ago.
No, the women, they get quite alienated from academia, so it's kind of not their fault.
We support women academics on the podcast.
Yes.
We do. We want more of them. Give me more.
Theresa, go into STEM. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, she's clearly quite comfortable in male-dominated fields.
Oh yeah. No, and both of them seem to be very good mechanics as well. But just jerry-rigging and making it work over and over and over again with parts that don't match.
I don't think that they should become academics, though. They are not the brightest.
They are hands-on people.
They are hands-on. They are very utilitarian. I think they should be in STEM, but not academia. You know what I mean?
Engineers.
Yeah.
Is it gonna blow up? Probably not.
It's like, please just don't ever be in a management position is all I ask, Theresa.
Yeah, I would definitely not.
Dozens of people into the desert with no resources.
Literally.
It's all right. I could do it.
We did it.
Yes.
Well, we did it.
Yeah.
That's just please never become an HR manager.
All right. So that French commander allowed them to stay free of charge for as long as they needed.
Okay.
Alternative.
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. But
I think he has bad intentions. I don't
French
think
commander?
they do. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, like they're not. There's no women there.
I'm so lonely.
No. Yeah. I could cry.
I've been getting so many sand jobs. So many sandies, it's just not enough anymore.
The hills have tits.
I need the touch of a real woman.
No, I don't think the women have any bad intentions, but I think it's quite, again, it's just very like naive, you know? It's just like, oh yes, we will traverse the desert and nothing bad will ever happen before us.
It's the way I never got robbed by being in really bad neighborhoods, you know, because I just like jollily walk, you know, and have the camera out and take pictures.
Yeah, it's literally just confidence will get you so fucking far.
Yeah. Teresa and Florence naturally passed the time by dressing up as a tall ghost one night. Blank sitting on Teresa's shoulders with a white sheet thrown over both and scaring the locals. Get pranked, bro. They're himbos.
No, they're just funny. They're just pranksters.
That is amazing.
They're pranky goofs, you know?
They've never seen a ghost.
They sound like pretty tight to hang out with.
I would love to hang out with these people. I just don't want them to be in charge of planning a
Definitely would not want to go on vacation with them. But a night out, that was 100%.
Oh yeah.
As long as they can take instruction from somebody who is planning the actual trip.
I'll let them drive.
Yeah. We will be.
We get there so much faster, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like we'll be pushing the motorcycle for 20 miles. And I don't want to do that.
But that's because they didn't bring their shit. That's why we would be there.
Yeah.
It would have been so much better if Teresa.
No, I bring like 2 pumps, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I put through the pumps on the side of the road to make room for more cognac."
Yes, I left it about 20 miles back.
Yes.
What? Weird. Okay. They also made the acquaintance of the Duchess of Aosta, the sister of the King of Italy, according to Teresa.
Whoa.
Although Vittorio Emanuele III had no siblings and wasn't closely related to any Duchesses of Aosta as far as I could ascertain.
Oh, so this is a scam.
Yeah, I'm totally the Duchess of Aosta.
They met a random Italian lady and she lied to them.
This is the Nigerian prince meme. The first time.
Nigerian prince. They literally got. Oh my god! Yeah. No.
I'm an Italian princess.
That is
sure?
Awesome.
You look like a Nigerian man.
I Googled that shit. It's so good.
Oh man, I wish I miss when scams were so much easier to pull.
You can just walk to the next village and nobody knows.
And say, I'm an Italian princess. And it's like, no.
No, but they would believe you because, like, why wouldn't they?
Because you don't look Italian? You don't look Italian?
But like,
No
I'm
less.
assuming this person was not like olive skinned or like darker skin. Otherwise, this would not be believable for
Yeah.
a bunch of English white people
Yeah.
and French white people.
Yeah.
Especially the fucking French.
No.
Don't even get me started.
At any rate, they apparently did meet some women, some woman who may or may not have been a member of the Italian royal family, come to Agadez to escape the European winter. Theresa also tried mango for the first time while they
Whoa.
took a day trip to a small village on the 21st of February. Flavor for the first time in my life.
So I think I actually enjoy jelly eels a bit better than this.
Hey, don't poopy jelly eels. Those are amazing.
That sounds so
I don't.
disgusting.
They're not.
Eel pie is
I didn't
great.
say eel pie. I said jellied eels.
What's the difference?
It's eels set in a clear jelly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like gelatin.
I thought it was just the filling.
No.
We're
no,
talking
no,
like
no,
those
no.
50s cookbooks of like.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's gross.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad we could be on the same page about this. Because there's
No,
some.
the eel pies are amazing.
But you also think some stuff that is gross is actually good, like liver or something. I forgot what it
Liver's
was.
okay.
No, because
I'm like a liver prince, yeah.
is that you're gonna go to a village in Africa?
Yeah, I'm the liver prince.
I'm liver prince. You show up in a purple tuxedo.
Hey,
Fully
it's me on
roided
the
up.
Liver Prince. I'm here in Niger.
Are they still in Niger?
It took them a few weeks at least, I think.
Obviously.
For all the
No
shit
less than a few
Yeah,
weeks.
their trailer and bike parts arrived soon after, and they could finally continue their journey on the 4th of March. The rear tire went flat after 20 miles,
God damn it.
but it was nothing they couldn't fix then and there. Lots of getting stuck in the still omnipresent sand, friendly help from local villagers, losing the trailer on one occasion, and many miles, and about a week later, they found themselves in British Nigeria. They also found more engine trouble, but with some help from locals and an English rector,
A rector?
made their way to Kano.
Hardly know. A rector. Someone's getting some
You like
sandies.
my erection selection?
This is Sandy City. Yeah?
Hey. When the rector comes to town, you know you're getting a Sandy.
Sandy's for everybody!
Sandy's on the house.
Bogo Sandy's from the rector.
It's not haram.
These are haram homies.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
I will not get a Sandy from the rector.
So
I always say Bismillah before I take my Sandy from the rector.
So they made their way to Kano, where their engine was quickly repaired by the British officials, though their journey had to be delayed anyway, as a yellow fever outbreak put the town under quarantine.
Damn.
Someone exposed them to anime. That's so racist.
Yes, it is.
But also, so are the people who act that way about anime. But yeah, so
the
they.
double-edged sword of
Yeah.
Japanese racism.
No, but what exactly were the symptoms of yellow fever that aren't related to like fetishization of
I
our?
think you shit your pants.
Oh shit!
I think it's
Yellow.
diarrhea,
That's dengue.
blood vomiting,
Yellow fever symptoms.
Yeah.
swollen lymph nodes, stuff like that.
What are the symptoms of yellow fever? Initial symptoms of yellow fever include sudden onset of fever, chills, severe headache, back pain, general body aches, nausea and vomiting, fatigue, and weakness.
Well, so what is the
That's the initial. That's the initial one.
What is the
What are the
difference?
severe
The
symptoms?
severe symptoms include red eyes, face, and tongue, nausea and vomiting, possibly vomiting blood, yellow skin and eyes, jaundice.
Oh, there we go.
Decreased
The jaundice.
urination because it turns your skin yellow. So the pee from your bladder goes to your skin and makes it yellow.
Oh god.
Delirium, irregular heartbeats, arrhythmia, very regular heartbeats, arrhythmia, bleeding,
I'm sorry.
made progress
Did you
to...
include very
hemorrhage.
regular heartbeats?
No, I'm reading what's here.
No, that's not true. Very irregular heartbeats.
Very
That's just having a normal heart.
over regular heartbeats, bleeding, and it's called another symptom called sheeling, where your skin comes off in little flakes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like okay, awesome.
I made that up. This Sheeling's not
so,
real.
rather
no,
stay in
I saw
quarantine.
that. I was gonna keep you. I was not gonna admit it. All right, but that's brutal. That's really
quarantine stuff. Yay, we can relate.
Hey, we did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this disease is much more horrific than COVID was.
But unfortunately, Theresa was a huge anti-masker. She said, I just think the government's making us too scared of yellow fever.
Yeah, because like vaccines weren't as like
This little piece of cloth is don't do nothing.
They're going to do nothing.
Yeah, they tried Nigeria's national dish,
Fufu. I don't know, actually.
peanut stew.
Stop saying
They-
facts about a country that you don't know and just making it up. You gotta stop.
But they do eat fufu there.
Plus
I guess it's not-
You're making up.
Who chooses the national dish of Nigeria?
Nigerians, I guess.
But that's...
I would hope.
There's a lot of different ethnic groups in Nigeria, though.
Okay.
Well,
Which
it's
one are you
peanut
asking?
stew. It's peanut stew that they tried. And Theresa found a surprise when they got back to their quarters. Quote, I folded back my bedsheet and a thing with claw-like feelers and its tail cocked up scampered out. I was told later it was a scorpion.
Oh fuck.
Yikes.
It may not have been the only one in there and I should have remade my bed. But I chose not to.
Okay, I was using this for prop.
We can't
Oh
use
yes,
this
there appears to be a scorpion.
bloody scorpion in my bed.
Oh yes, well, it's gone now. So I believe
What is that?
we can't yet. It's for later.
Yeah. It's called a teaser.
Okay.
I also watched the Sultan of Kano and his entourage perform the rites of Shawwal Day, celebrating the end of Ramadan. Oh, nice.
Nice.
They get some culture.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We should have had Jamil for this episode instead.
I've been bothered.
Yeah. No, that would have been a fun switch to do.
Jacob was a little
The moment
different.
they hit Black Africa, it's Jamil.
The whitest African I've ever met.
That is the funny
I know.
part.
The whole time you're actually in his part of Africa. He's not there.
Yeah, exactly. Leaving Kano, they made their way east without any major trouble, though with one notable encounter.
Oh my
towards
god,
the
that's
end of
the
night.
first time we've heard that. No major troubles. That's great. Good for them.
I think I've only heard major troubles that they.
Major troubles. In the quote, in the half-life of dawn.
Private parts.
There we go.
Major troubles is the French guy who gave them quarters.
General
for free.
use.
General use and corporal punishment.
There we go.
There we go.
God damn, these are really good.
In the half-light of dawn, Blank's voice from the saddle stirred me. Look, what's that? Can you see something? Yes, I said after paying attention.
These people are funny, dude.
Among the bushes on the left was a native walking towards us, following in the footsteps of an escort in front of him, who was holding the end of a chain attached to an iron ring around his neck, while another behind him held the end of a chain from the back of his neck.
Ruh-roh.
A guard mounted on horseback kept pace with a rifle slung across his back. A United Nations Convention on the Continuance of Domestic Slavery was still hard to implement, especially in certain regions of Central Africa. He could be guilty of a crime and collapse before ever reaching a tribunal to hear his case. But whatever the circumstance, it was a sad sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did fucking nothing about it.
Well, what you gonna do? They have guns.
Yeah, but you're also surrounded by other people who have guns and that have also given you. What, aren't they still with the military?
No, they're driving now.
Yeah,
Oh, they're still
in the
driving.
middle of nowhere alone.
Fuck. Well, they should have brought a gun. That's another thing.
Women, just bring a gun.
I mean,
They should bring a gun,
frankly,
yeah.
Yes, they should.
There's enough wildlife.
No, not just wildlife. I'm sorry.
You know,
like
unfriendly people.
Rapey French.
Yes, actually, that is the main thing I'm
The
concerned.
biggest predator in Nigeria is a French person.
Is a French
Frolic.
man. Yes.
Yeah.
And this is a whole nation of Pepe Le Pews out here.
I am the apex.
I am the apex predator.
No, but I'm sorry. Like that's
No, yeah. I mean,
You're in the middle of the desert. They're able to get away with slavery, which is a crime that is much more organized in theory.
I'm guessing when you're the member of at this point the strongest empire in the world, you feel protected just from that.
Also, they don't seem like the kind of people who are really doing a lot of thinking about anything that's happening during this.
Except for vroom, my motorcycle is awesome.
It's more like, drive the motorcycle. I have no food. Shit.
I'm just thinking, like, they could have
brought a second pump.
They could have gotten away with so many more crimes since there's already slavery happening in there.
Yeah.
So, like...
In Maiduguri, the British ambassador let them stay at his house, giving them access to a proper bathroom for the first time since Algiers.
Wow.
They soon left the town and British territory behind them, entering Chad, French Equatorial Africa.
Chad?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The himbos are in Chad.
The himbos are in Chad. Sandy City is coming.
Let me check where they're going.
Sand jobs
in Chad. Sand jobs in Chad.
Sorry, okay.
Quote, passports and documents were checked by a French soldier who readily gave us clear passage with a polite reminder to ride on the right-hand side of the road.
Honestly, I would do...
Don't forget, you dumb fox, British people.
Yes, you fucking idiots. The only reason
if they crashed their motorcycle because they drove on the wrong side, that would have been so funny.
No, I believe that. I think that's actually going to be the next sentence. I'm convinced.
Continuing their journey through Fort Lamy.
Fort Salami?
No, Lamy, like the
Fort
pen manufacturer.
Salami.
Yeah. Which they reached via ferry through
Ferry?
through the Chari River.
Chari?
Lamy Ferry Chari, yeah.
Salami Ferry, Jari. Jerry?
No, this is not
We're riding a motorcycle. They're telling me, is this Fort Salami? And where's all the meat?
We live in a society, Jerry.
Kramer, get off that motorcycle.
I love when you guys do Seinfeld.
You done pop my back tire again. George. Jerry, so this woman's talking to me, but I can't understand her. That's because she's from Chad. She's speaking a native language, you idiot.
Chat her up.
Chat her up.
I've never, as someone who's never seen Seinfeld, I just want you guys to do Seinfeld for.
What's the deal with Nigeria?
What's the deal with Niger?
They're right next to each other.
And is it Niger?
Hey, Kramer, don't say Niger, because you already said the N-word on TV.
That's one of my favorite.
You're gonna get in trouble again.
Just say Black Africa.
Oh, it's that you.
If anybody can say Black Africa, it's not you, Kramer.
That's still my favorite video.
Anyway, let's go find some underage women. Remember how I did that?
Like finding like a needle in a sand castle.
Oh my god.
Finding a teenager in a haystack. Cut that.
No.
These are bangers. I can contribute nothing.
They rode along said river and got a look at some local wildlife. Quote, in daylight, a pair of cubs ran out of the grass onto the track in front of us, rolling over each other, playing, mauling each other's head and tail. We stopped as wildlife has the right of way.
I mean, they could fucking kill you.
That's charming.
And the young felines were fascinating to watch. Ending their frolic, they bounced away in opposite directions, giving no clue where their lair would be. If they were leopards, the most fierce of cats, the female was never far away and would attack to defend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't fuck with the wildlife.
The lions live in the society that the Barbie movie is.
What?
Have you seen the Barbie movie?
I have seen the Barbie movie.
Yeah, you know Barbie Land?
Yeah.
I know Barbie Land.
Yeah, are you familiar with lions?
No. Yes. I know all these. I know all the moving parts.
Okay, so then what's not to understand?
What do you mean?
The females control everything, and then the male lions are just
sorry.
Hanging out, yeah.
Anywhere
I see.
else.
And then they kill their kids.
Be a 10.
Of the competitors.
Yes.
All right, charging by
You may laugh now.
Judging by that last sentence, Theresa had apparently never heard of lions, or jaguars, or tigers,
No!
or particularly fierce house cats.
You're fucking lying to me right now. No, that's not real.
That's Ben talking. He's just...
He said that you said that so factually. I was just like, what, you've heard of this?
No, but she's like, leopards are the most fierce of cats. You know, like all of these are way worse. They kill way more people.
I mean, I feel like they're all equal.
Stronger and bigger. Oh, a king tiger is so much bigger than a Jaguar.
I'm just thinking, as someone who's never been
like-
to the
And
safari,
a Bentley is also much bigger than a Jaguar.
my motorcycle.
Range Rover is bigger than a Jaguar. Jeep,
Yeah, I mean, actually, I can imagine a car person.
Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon.
A car person being like, well, yes, my Ford Corolla could be
My Ford Corolla.
My Ford
decimate.
Corolla.
My Corolla.
Anyway, about 100 miles further down the road, they ran into serious trouble when, quote, the wheel hub finally broke free from the brake drum and the whole front wheel collapsed.
Oh,
Unlike
God.
other breakdowns, this time it was impossible to coax another inch out of her, not even if we tried to push.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it's like gone right now. Having no way to repair the damage, the two resolved to wait until one of the approximately weekly cars.
Oh,
the
boy.
weekly cars.
Yeah, every week there's one car.
Yeah, they're lucky to have gotten this far. So
Would come along to help them. Luckily, they had broken down not far from a village or two, and the locals helped them with goat's milk, eggs, cakes, and honey. That sounds like a great diet.
These guys are like, they should not be alive. Like they
Yeah,
should have
they
died.
died like 8 times in this.
Yeah.
Oh, quote, the honey had self-refined as the sand, ants, and dead flies had all settled at the bottom of the jar.
Oh god.
Free protein.
3 protein. Well, it hits the bottom of the jar, though. So you still, yeah.
So it's actually it's a quite good deal.
They also traded some of their tea for 4 fish from a local fisherman's catch. A local village chief, quote, a 6-foot giant of ebony, who wanted to know, quote, why white men hang about.
Why white men hang about? Or
yeah. She I think
Great question.
The chief doesn't know the ladies.
yeah, this again, it's Metroid. I told you, like
Yeah.
these guys don't know.
That's so funny.
Just like, why are you white people like this?
Yeah. Why are you hanging out here?
No, but I mean that's like an eternal question to
Yeah.
this day. It's just the desert version of Everest.
Yeah.
Of the
Yeah,
guys
it's
who-
like why your life is so easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
need
wanna
to
make
invent problems.
Invents a reason to put yourself into danger.
Yeah.
We want to be the first one to drive on a motorcycle through all of Africa.
Yeah.
Let us.
Guinness World Records wasn't invented
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So.
Also, so that chief also offered what help he could, and at one point, what seemed to be an entire village came to where they were stranded late one evening, got out their tom-tom drums, and spent the night with a dance party.
Again, these guys are
They felt
fucking
bad. They were
living.
like-
Alexa, play Despacito.
I mean, that is basically what that is. I mean, yeah, these guys are just fucking hanging out.
Yeah.
Like,
They're having it, like, again, a
way
really
too good a time
Yeah.
for the time period and what they're doing right
Yeah,
now.
They are
And-
only meeting, like, at least bare minimum, like, okay people.
Yeah,
like-
and some of them are way above that.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
inviting him to the function.
Yeah.
And then in return, they scare the locals by dressing up as ghouls and goblins and
Ooh.
ghosts.
It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank.
After a few days of waiting, a French truck finally came along. They hitched a ride to Fort Archambault, still 180 miles, that's 290 kilometers away, with their trailer in tow and taking the broken wheel with them, so they could have it repaired at their destination and then hitch a ride back to the bush where they had to leave their Panther for now. So they had
Damn,
to
they had to
leave,
leave the
fucking-
motorcycle?
Yeah.
Oh no, the broken one.
Yeah, after another... well, there is no other one. It's the only motorcycle.
Yeah, well, they could just walk. They've gotten so far.
See, and then I said earlier they should bring 2 motorcycles, and you guys were like, that's stupid, Jake. They have been seized. If they had 2 motorcycles right now, they'd be living.
Yeah, they could take
am-
one parts of the one and fix
Exactly.
the other. Yeah. After another ferry crossing, which almost cost them...
A ferry?
Stop.
I like the ferry. Which almost cost them their trailer and wheel parts when rain suddenly turned the current into a torrent, threatening to sweep the ferry raft away.
Oh, no.
Who had dropped off at the Seymour mission. Seymour!
Seymour. Oh, superintendent. I was just
I hope you're
stretching
ready
my
for
legs
an
out.
unforgettable luncheon.
Unforgettable luncheon. Yes, I thought these were. Did you say steamed hams?
Sandy clams.
Sandy clams. No, I said sandy clams. Yes, and they call them sandy despite the fact they're obviously dirty.
No, it's a regional dialect.
It's what region?
Algalas?
Niger. Well, I'm from Niger, and I never heard anyone use the name Sandy Clams. Oh no, not Niger. French.
It's a
Nigerian dialect. I
Did
see.
you just recite that whole thing from memory?
I could do it.
I'm nearly there too.
I watched so many of those.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! I just heard the song, the Gorillaz version.
That's one of
Steamed
the best.
hams.
Yeah, I just know that one.
Super Nintendo Chomper. Hope
clam.
you're in bed for steamed clams.
Steamed
clams.
That's it. That's
calves on the windowsill. I submit you exercise. Care to join me? Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour?
no. Okay, Paul. I know you're gonna ask. We need to do the steamed clam song as the intro for this episode. It needs to be that now.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Is there any more bitter lemon?
actually, yes, there.
Right here.
Oh, boo-hoo, baby's laughing too much.
I'm having too much fun right now.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't need that much. Okay.
Oh, we do, believe me.
Oh,
There's so
but there
much-
should be a second bottle.
No, there's so much more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
We
you're right.
gotta keep going.
There is so much more.
We're not. I think we're like maybe halfway.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just like their trip through the desert.
Yeah, exactly. That is like a sliver of her life.
I know. We're breaking down.
And yeah,
We
the
are
computer.
breaking-
Yeah, this is just
You
like.
should have had a second computer, Paul.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
but
only took you
brought
2
two
weeks.
computers. Yeah, had to send that one from Yorkshire all the way. It was metric parts.
From Otterkring. I had to send it from Otterkring, yeah. Oh, shit. We're doing a very tiny version of
Yeah.
this, yeah.
Well, our audience doesn't know that where Otterkring is, most likely.
That is true.
so-
Google it.
Otterkring is.
Yeah, put an Otterkring on it.
If you liked, then you should have put Otterkring on it. If you liked
There
it,
we
then
go.
Should have Otterkring
on it. But
Yeah, there
Yeah,
we
they
go.
see
beer brand, beer brand, beer brand.
Jacob, would you like to do voice work? You would make amazing
Absolutely,
jingles.
100%.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I would fucking buy an Otterkring right now, and I'm on a diet.
Okay, let's
All right.
let's go.
Yeah. They had their wheel parts sent with the mail truck to Bangui,
Bangui.
more than 725 kilometers or 450 miles away, to be repaired and returned to them. While staying with the mission, they met an American film crew who were on their way to the Congo to
No
film
way.
the natives capturing a wild elephant.
Oh no.
And invited the 2 bikers to join them there.
Wait. Is this like? Could you imagine the serendipity if this was the film, like the Disney film crew that filmed the what's the animal that goes over the cliff?
Lemmings.
Lemmings, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
The Lemmings. Did you imagine if that was them? They ran into like the Walt Disney Company. That's
crazy.
Out in the middle.
Didn't they like force lemmings to jump off the cliff or
Yes,
something?
exactly. Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
fake. It was fake.
Awesome.
But like I don't know where they filmed that, so okay, imagine if it was Africa, and imagine if they met these people there.
Or roar.
Oh God. Well, yeah, but people aren't gonna know roar.
That is
louder, louder than a lion, 'cause I'm driving a motorcycle and all of my parts are gone.
Also, while staying with the mission, a local boy saved them from a black mamba by breaking
Whoa.
its back with his stick.
Even a child is more useful than these two.
Quote, the houseboy's skill and courage proved to us that after all, he was not so dull. We found these people to be heart-rich, feeling and compassionate. Everything I could assimilate from these impoverished natives in this harsh and undeveloped land unabashedly added to my own education. I wish we could have spoken to them in their tribal tongue. One day, a commotion started on the mission campus when a local resident discovered his bicycle had been stolen and accused a mission classmate of stealing it. Court was set up in the classroom. The judge who heard the case was the preacher. Primitive folk have their own moral code, and they are inclined to associate education and wealth with white man's culture. End quote.
I mean, that's valid.
During the proceedings, the accused mission lad confessed to the judge that he had never thought of stealing until he had read of it in the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not steal.
Yo,
This is giving me an idea, this book.
Yo, I kind of want to covet my neighbor's wife right now.
No, you know the South Park joke, the kill John Lennon. It's that instead of Catcher in the Rye, it's the Bible. Like, I don't know. If I was a kid from a non-Western culture,
I told
would
my parents to fuck off.
I learned it from Jesus.
Moses.
I learned it from Moses cutting the foreskin off his son's dick because God told him to, or whatever. I don't remember. I think that was Abraham.
And good thing he did.
Yeah.
Now everyone else should do it too.
With the repaired wheel eventually returned, they made their way back to their bike, fixed it up, and on the 19th of April were finally ready to continue their journey, leaving Chad for the next French colony, Ubangi Shari, what is now the Central African Republic. They nearly ran over what they thought to be a python and continued onwards into the Belgian Congo.
They hit a snake, didn't even bother to stop.
Let's keep going.
And they don't even... Oh yes, it appears we may have run over some local wildlife.
Yeah.
Could have been a child, could have been a snake. Who knows? Let's keep driving.
If we continue our way and don't look back, it didn't happen.
Anyway, I'm sure there's nothing terrible that could happen in the Belgian Congo.
This is more of a philosophical riddle. If a car hits you in the middle of a forest that nobody hears it, did it actually happen?
That's true. Can you prove that we did it? You
Yeah.
can't.
Except for the fact that we wrote it down. Oh, bummer.
If a guy enslaves you in a forest and no one's around to hear it,
Yeah. Exactly.
that's not a joke. That's just I don't think we should forget about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because they're going to the Congo. They're
Yeah.
going to hand country.
Oh, yes. No hand country, you mean?
Yikes.
I mean, the
No
hands,
hands land?
no hands land, but the hands are being passed around, so it's not like they're not there. They're just not attached to you.
Leopold the second.
Hand in cash in hand business.
Hand in hand, we stand under capitalism.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Quote, we were now in a hot, humid climate and in one of the few remaining places where animal and plant life were left alone to keep alive the balance of nature. Primitive people, such as the Pygmies, integrated with nature. As we were riding through the Ituri forest, we heard bird calls. The chatter of primates...
There we go.
sorry.
This is the mic.
First one to actually peak the mics.
Oh, I picked the mics?
Yeah.
You got method right there.
And saw wildlife which to us was so unfamiliar and too prolific to grasp in a short time that it was like seeing words written on a page but not being able to understand the storyline.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, that's well written.
Brainiac himbos.
No, I still don't think that.
Eloquent himbos.
Hey, a broken clock, right? It's
So navigation proved
A
difficult.
himbo clock is
it's right.
twice a
How many times? Are we the himbos? Are we the himbos?
Instead of are we the baddies?
That's Theresa Wallach.
They both with the motorcycle in the
Are we the himbos?
Oh shit. Though navigation proved difficult, they advanced fairly quickly
the
through the
great
jungle,
compass.
covering 1,000 miles, that's 1,610 kilometers, in a week, running over
That's-
a bunch
that's-
of snakes along the way.
Yeah, kill those snakes!
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
I was going to congratulate them on the
Oh,
amount of,
Yeah.
The amount of snakes
They were
killed.
going. Yeah, I just think the spirit of St. Patrick is with them. Fuck
Oh,
them.
they're secretly
Fuck them
Irish.
snakes. Yeah, man.
No, that St. Patrick was just like, I just really like it when people do cool shit, you know?
Yeah.
So they just, this feels very Guinness World Record coded.
Yeah.
Which is spiritually.
Most snakes run over.
Most snakes run
Oh,
over.
wait,
Most snakes run
in
over
a single motorcycle ride.
Yeah, in the desert.
800.
Oh, shit. Following the invitation of a Greek trader, they went out of their way to visit the pygmy village of Ekibondo, where they celebrated Theresa's 26th birthday, watching a witch doctor performing a tribal
she's 26? I did not have really a good idea of how old they were when they were doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 20-something behavior. This is gap year behavior.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
I thought maybe like 30. Maybe
I should be doing this.
You could do it better now, though.
Doing donuts in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the first person to drive a motorcycle to
To the moon.
the moon.
Elon Musk is gonna chuck you into space on
Elon
a
Musk.
motorcycle.
Well, hey, Ashton, we know that he can't do that.
No, we know he can't do that. For real.
It's an energy field.
Stop, we can't.
Awesome. The pygmy village is Ekibondo. The village chief, Bondo,
He just named the fucking village after himself.
gifted them a live chicken when they left the next morning.
Wait, Bondo? That's his name?
Yeah,
That's
Bondo.
very
Yeah.
Bono energy.
Or
Bondo.
Bond.
Or, no, but just Bono because he's,
Oh, yes.
like, arrogant.
Right. And gives out live chickens.
I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
The spirit of St. Patrick is with Bono, that's for sure.
Quote, something had to be done before long with the chicken from Ekibondo, still trapped in the basket, hanging behind the trailer. We stopped at a village for natives to prepare it ready to cook. In mime language, we tried to explain what we wanted someone to do, but did not make ourselves understood. For they simply put it back in the basket alive without any feathers on. They just pulled all the feathers.
That's kind of a poor chicken, man.
Yeah, man.
Is it alive?
Yeah, yeah.
They ain't even cut its head
Naked
off.
chicken
Damn,
now.
this causing pain
And
to that
that's-
chicken.
Oh.
At that, Blank promptly handed out the hatchet to finish the job.
Oh, wow. It's great that you waited until after it was completely...
So my grandma told me that pulling feathers is way easier when the chicken is still alive.
Why?
Apparently, when the muscle tissue is dead, it contracts or something like that, and then you can't pull it out easily. Yeah.
I mean, that still doesn't seem very humane.
Nope. Oh, we've treated animals poorly? Wow. Oh, okay. Tell that to the snakes in the jungle that just got mauled.
I mean, I am firmly of the opinion
She
that...
actually turns to hit a snake on
she's-
purpose. Like,
I mean,
Oh, here, Blank. Yeah, there's one there. Hit it.
yeah.
I am unironically of the opinion that chickens deserve to die. That
They're delicious.
They are but that's not the reason. Just because they're descendants
dirty.
of dinosaurs,
Ah.
and if they were our size, they would not hesitate to kill us.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
they,
like-
but also
That's the
they
same with
aren't.
cats, though.
Yeah, but cats are.
Yeah, why don't you want to eat cats?
Because they don't taste good.
How do you know?
I feel like they wouldn't.
How do you know? You've never eaten a cat.
If cats tasted as good as chicken, we would have no problems killing
Yeah,
cats.
but they're cuter than.
They are cuter. There's a reason we
chickens.
don't kill chickens. Are not cute.
No.
Right. They further delayed their journey south to meet up with the American film crew and did indeed accompany the locals on a hunt and witnessed them capturing an elephant calf to train as a beast of burden. After that, they finally continued towards Cape Town. Theresa at one point stopping the motorcycle to hold a little sailor-inspired ceremony to mark their crossing the equator, taking pictures of each other, making a handstand on a line Theresa had drawn on the road. Obviously, though, they had absolutely no idea where exactly the equator was and whether they'd even crossed it or not.
I was gonna say I thought they crossed it a while ago, but I don't know African geography very well.
Here, I'll pull up the map.
Yeah.
Look, no, but it's not geotagged.
Obviously not.
The
Yeah,
image
where's
is not-
Chad?
the
Chad's up farther up. Okay.
Yeah, they're here.
I thought Chad was.
That was
farther
Bangui.
east.
That's why I looked up.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're in the Central African
Yeah,
Republic.
that's the
Oh, I
Central
see.
African
Okay,
Republic
there we are.
We're in Car country
Okay.
Yeah.
with a motorcycle.
Currently one of the most destitute countries
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
The Central African Republic. Not doing too well.
Nope.
That's
Teresa
it.
didn't help.
No,
She's
Teresa-
just destroying local wildlife.
Yeah.
So that's fewer mouths to feed, I suppose.
Snake mouths.
Moving on eastwards along the equator through the Kabasha Plateau, at one point or another, definitely crossing into the southern hemisphere and actually zigzagging across the equator, they weren't expecting any sign of civilization for days when they suddenly came across a sign one morning. Quote, when we get close enough to read it, the sign, written in French and English, said, "Tsetse fly belt ends here." Oh shit!
What ends there? Sorry.
Tsetse fly. It's the one that carries like super crazy diseases. I think you can look.
Oh, tsetse. Yeah, tsetse fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this okay? I'm just
so they unbeknownst to them, they were in like the super dead zone basically.
They were in a vat of
goddamn
acid.
himbos! They're like,
It's like, it appears we've been floating in a vat of acid for approximately 12 hours. I've never. Oh, I see.
Tsetse fly.
Oh, I see. These are.
So quick tsetse flies. Tsetse, sometimes spelled tsetse, known as tick-tick flies, are large biting flies that inhabit much of tropical Africa.
That's all I needed to know.
They have they feed on blood.
yep.
So they're basically.
And they
mosquitoes.
have a big
ass mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrifying to look at. But they're covered head to toe in like.
Yeah, but they still get in there.
I mean, sure, but it's just less than you would expect. I mean, look, you have to expect you'll be bit by some bugs if you're going to drive through fucking Africa.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's
why I will never
it's
drive.
part of the program. Yeah,
That's why I will never drive through Africa.
Yeah. It stings too much.
I mean, yeah, apart from the fucking sunburns. But yeah, anyway. So they
Unknowingly, we had come through a danger zone and had not put up the mosquito net at night.
Oh my god.
Himbos.
But also,
So
wait, they should
dumb.
have had one in the beginning. It said it starts here. Like, why would they? If they have a sign that says that, then
Maybe the old sign, the entrance sign,
It
rolled
fell over,
away
yeah.
or something
then
happened.
that's not their fault. Okay, that's the one.
They still should have looked up.
If
you know,
I were them, I would have been putting out my mosquito net every night.
Yeah,
Sure,
just out of
Out of caution.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, these are the same ladies that played the football with motorcycles. Remember?
Oh shit! Yeah. I
These
forgot
are
about
these are.
They're doing
Clearly
they're doing
people
the
think
death
they're
dome.
mortal.
They're not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thinking is not their top priority for this trip.
Having fun.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
And committing snake-icide.
Speaking of which, after a lot more snake roadkill
Oh my god.
and the first petrol pumps south of the Sahara, they rode through the Ruwenzori Mountains, where they encountered a family of gorillas and washed their clothes in a natural hot spring. That's awesome. Which accidentally dyed them yellow. And then finally crossed into the protectorate of Uganda, back into British territory. All right.
All right, we're in Uganda, baby.
Making their way through a rainy Uganda, just like in
Making my
England.
way through Uganda.
Just making your way through Uganda. No, I'm imagining the music video with the piano, but it's just through like the desert.
There's no desert in Uganda.
Okay, yeah, I'm just picturing the Vanessa Carlton music video, but it's just like through a racially insensitive depiction of the entire continent, as opposed to what Uganda actually looks like, which is quite nice, evidently.
No, yeah. I mean, that's most African countries are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, but these women have not been really enjoying that. They've just been driving through the desert.
I mean, they also, and they're singularly focused, when it comes
On
to
killing snakes.
fuck that, tighten up.
They just knew
We
better.
decided to spend another 6 months driving around the Congolese jungle to kill as many snakes as we possibly could with our motorcycles before continuing
That's why
down.
they zigzagged on the equator,
they're like,
just so like that they could
Kill
hit
more
of them.
snakes.
That's like they knew better than to declare war on the snakes, a la the Australians and the
This is
emu.
guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's better if they don't know we're coming,
Making their way through a rainy Uganda, quote, just like in England.
Yeah.
They stayed 2 days at a Dutchman's tea plantation, culminating in his workers throwing them another tom-tom dance party.
Woo.
And had some Indian cotton growers show them where their clothes came from. Whoa, okay, that's funny. Like, this is where we're making
This
this.
is the sweatshop.
Yeah, they got to enjoy the sweatshop.
It's like, well, yes, well, we actually dyed our own clothes. So
Yeah.
that's one less step for you. I know they would say some shit
This
like
is
that.
sustainable,
Actually, I buy these secondhand.
From men, because they still don't make motorcycle clothing for women.
No.
Eventually, they reached the Ugandan capital of Kampala, where they stayed for a week. Their route would now link up with the better-known, more traveled road from Cairo to Cape Town, meaning the truly adventurous part of their journey was over. Theresa briefly summed up Ugandan history thusly, quote, "The British Empire had established and administered law and justice through its civilian police in Uganda, while immigrants from British colonial India had come to Uganda from across the Indian Ocean for commercial opportunities. By dint of their education and financial solvency, they monopolized the plantations and industry and started businesses of their own. The primitive black majority, to whom the previously inaccessible land rightfully belonged, were exploited as cheap labor."
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least she's seeing through the veneer.
For 1938 or whatever, this is incredibly insightful.
She saw someone literally being enslaved. I'm not like this is.
But as a British person, she could have completely taken it the other way, where it's like, yeah, this is righteous.
Yeah, I'm not. She's a fun ass bitch.
She seems like a good egg.
She seems like not a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like that's not enough. Sorry, but it's not enough.
Really?
Yes, really.
For the time?
If people had done more during that time, we wouldn't be living in the time that we are now. We'd be better.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I think this is concludes episode 2 of the Eurocentrist with her finishing her.
Yeah, the Sahara Chronicles have been
The Sahara Chronicles.
Sahara Chronicles.
I'm gonna Photoshop that. That's gonna be the fucking title screen. It's gonna be the Sahara.
Chronicles.
So there's the Terminator bikes too. Those exist.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I can make a thing happen.
The
that's
Sahara
awesome.
Connor Chronicles.
Sahara Connor. Oh, God.
That is so good.
I can't believe they pay us money to do this shit.
But so far, what did you think of Theresa in general and her crazy ass, whack ass?
Oh, a very fun
Right.
person.
I think this is bonkers that they did this
Yeah.
and they didn't die.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, one of those snakes should have gotten them
Listen,
at the end.
they were
You know, I think they believed if they killed enough snakes, they would live forever. I think that's. I
yeah.
just think that's what they
most
believed.
convoluted ritual.
Because after,
Gefrorenen ritual.
yeah, after like the 8th breakdown, they were like, "Oh, we seem to really get ourselves in a very sticky wicket, haven't we?" And then they're like,
Oh, the snake viscera, it lubricates what is
Yeah,
broken
they
down.
don't need to change their oil because they just got
Snake
snake
oil?
oil.
Literal snake oil.
They got snake oil. Then they took it back to the UK, and they're like, "I've got a brilliant invention."
snake oil.
First commercially available snake oil. Nobody buys it.
So perhaps the Americans will prefer this, and then you just start selling it to like cure baldness or something. No, that's why.
you sell it off to like gas stations and like, this is half corn ethanol and half snake oil.
No, that's what they were trading.
Not metaphorical snake oil,
It's
literal
real.
snake oil.
This is that's what they would trade when they were trading for like honey and fish and stuff. They
Some snake oil.
yeah, from
Or
all the
snake parts.
from all the snakes that they ran over in the desert.
I want to do a snakes on a plane pun, but I can't think of one.
Snakes on a motorcycle, obviously.
No, snakes under a motorcycle.
I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes
in
Under
this
my-
motherfucking
under
jungle.
my motherfucking tires. These monkey fighting the snakes on this
love it.
Monday to Friday plane.
So Jacob, we're at the end of this episode. So
Hey.
you get to you're allowed to.
You're dismissed.
Yes, you're dismissed, and you will be right back.
Oh,
After these messages.
Yeah, exactly. Your message. Where can people find you?
hey everybody! You can
Your
find
links.
me. You can find me on Instagram at normal regular Jacob. If you
Great
live
shit.
if you live in Vienna, me and Tito Perez run a open mic at the Comedy Pub at
One of the
Kettenbrook
best.
and Gasse 7 every Saturday night starting at 9 o'clock. Aislinn and I are also part of the United States of Comedy,
yeah.
Right.
an American-only comedy group that performs routinely in and around Austria.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the
Can you
drag
do a
thing.
paperclip one where
An
you have
Operation Paperclip
yeah,
where we
where
get
you
all
only,
the
only Germans and Austrians.
no, but you have to also be a Nazi in order for us to be in order for this
Aww.
to be. So
I mean, I get into character very easily.
it's like, so we'll ask Nico.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Get the most Nazi-ass looking motherfuckers.
But Roland's not allowed. You can.
Neo-Nazi doesn't count. We want OG
Yeah,
Nazi.
we want OG old head Nazis on our Operation Paperclip American Horror Stories.
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
That would be very funny.
But yes, those are great shows. Go check them out, guys.
Go check them out.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Assuming you live in or around Vienna, which
Yeah.
is I'm not sure how likely that is.
Aislinn and my links are also in the description as
Yeah.
always.
You
so-
know us. We're
Yeah.
boring. We're lame.
Yeah, no.
We got a new one for you to
Yeah,
dance.
exactly. Yeah, all this untapped content. Take it.
Untapped content.
Yeah.
Ted, come to you up.
I'm not insinuating that you're not getting laid. Sorry.
Well, we know that Jacob gets
Untapped.
laid.
I fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacob fucks.
I'm fucking snakes.
Snakes up.
Snakes up.
That Eric
That's when
Andre
the
bit.
penises go. Snakes up.
Snakes up, gentlemen. Thank you. Sand jobs all around, everybody.
Sand
Friends,
jobs all around.
Snakes
Okay,
up.
attention, mes amis. Okay, it's time for your weekly sand job. Merci.
That's what they use the snake oil
Bonjour. Oui, as we use the snake oil to make the
That's
sand.
why we the second biggest empire in the world. Yes.
We sell our two main exports from West Africa are snake oil and sand jobs.
But we call it oil the snake.
Okay, huile de snake, huile de serpent, and le job du sand.
But yes,
le
this was-
travail du sand.
Travail du sand.
The only French word I know.
So baguette de fromage. No, but seriously, guys, thank you for the first episode of this double parter.
Yeah.
And see you in episode 3.
See you in episode 3.
Bye.
Bye.